Alright, it looks like we're live again. This is another test with the 2-camera setup. I'm actually testing different audio today to see if I'm going to be a little louder. So hopefully that works. We got a lot of repairs to do today. I'm not sure how long I'll be on here. I'm hoping a couple hours or so. I guess it depends on how this goes. I definitely got plenty of repairs to fill up time. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start opening a few boxes up. God knows I got plenty of them. Gotta make sure I don't show off any addresses on these boxes. I want to be careful about this. Let's see. Oh man. This one I'm actually going to wait on. Got a job here that's going to be an interesting one, but the guy sent me a tutorial on how to do it. Apparently, I'll go ahead and open it up. This is from Canada, and let's see what we got here. I'll just put my customized Thunder Strike here in the shot. Oh my gosh. I wonder how loud. Sorry, that's probably going to be really loud now. I'm trying to use the audio from this, from this camera. I need a better tripod, like really bad. And I'll let everybody know that we are currently live. Mute this. I see I get a lot of drop frames on here, but I guess it's because my internet is terrible. And yeah, so here we go. Hey guys, I am live right now on my YouTube channel, so come join me. Talk about repairs and fun stuff. Look at this. You'll see. Oh, I guess I can't do that. I was gonna try to do something a little more fun by shooting off a little video here. Here we go. I'll shoot the screen. Hey guys, we are live right now on YouTube, so come join me. Talk repairs, talk toys, bring food, enjoy yourself. I think that works, right? That's perfect. I don't think another issue I've got is like trying to schedule things. My schedule's so crazy. It's just really hard to I don't know, try to schedule something. Like today I said I was going to do this at 2 o'clock. Yesterday I wanted to set up something that was going to be a little earlier, but unfortunately for me it just doesn't work that way. I'm not sure how exactly I would go about setting that up. Anyways, let's get to the fun stuff. Trying to, like I said, I don't think about these things, I just like do them. And as they kind of present themselves. So I'm literally, while I'm talking here, going live, I'm already live, and then I'll be sitting here trying to share stuff on my Instagram. They know that I'm live, that wants to come in. Calvin J, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I hope you successfully do that thigh mod. I've gotten a lot of success stories, and it's been really, really cool, man. I've been asking other people. Hey, Ben Jan. Been asking people what they want to see, and oh my gosh, this is way bigger than I expected. So apparently, I'm gonna be doing a head swap on this Buzz Lightyear, and I had no idea that it was so big. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is a gentleman from Canada. Or a client from Canada. I shouldn't assume gender, I guess. Golly. What do we got here? We made sure Buzz arrived safe and sound. Sheesh. People go... I understand. People go a little overboard sometimes with this guy. Wow. How is my audio to you guys? Does it sound good? I'm trying to use the microphone from my the Sony cam over here, and last time they said the audio was a little low, so I wasn't sure if this was going to sound better. It's pointing to the ground. It's not ideal, really. So I don't know. Obviously it'd sound better if I was right here, but You guys let me know. This is these are basically just tests, really. Yeah, right, Anthony. Anthony's Customs, y'all. Yeah, that's why I had to give him. I gave him more hair. I had to give him a little more hair. This that drove me crazy, man. Yeah, right. Everybody's like, "Hey, that's it's an angry Billy Mahoney head." I was like, I must be angry because I'm losing my hair. So that's always fun. That's what my wife said. She's like, but people don't see that. They see a long hair and a beard, blonde hair, long blonde hair and a beard, and they think that's you. So I'll take it. That's flattering, I believe. I mean, this guy's got muscles, so that's pretty neat. So, oh, hooly dooly, this is a thing we got going on here. So he's wanting the head swapped out. This has got a lot of electronics in it. I don't know if this is going to be fit for a live stream. Yeah, I might have to do this over an empty table. He said he was having problems removing something. And he said that if I took this out, that it was going to eliminate the button functions, and I don't want to do that at all. I actually want to make sure that this stays intact, but something is definitely stuck in here. This is crazy. Look at this thing. Let's see if I can, I'll move this around a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. Zoom in on the old Maru crotch there. So here we go. So I guess what he sent me this head, and he's wanting this head on here instead. I don't know why. I wonder if he'd allow me to just allow it to pop in and out. That seems like it'd be the better, more ideal function. It looks like this has got two screws. Let me drop this down a little bit here. There we go. That looks a little better, I think. There we go. Can I ask how you cut the legs of a Marble Select Psylocke? I'm getting asked that a lot. I wish I had that figure in, and I would definitely do that for you. I'm not sure. I can't answer that until I get that in my hands. And now I'm starting to think that I really need to do that. I cannot believe how many people have asked me to do that. I'm gonna set Buzz aside for right now. I want to make sure I can actually do something for you guys. Let's see, not this one. Yeah, this Marble Select. Let's see. Flip that around. Let's put this here. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess I need to check on the. Are those Psylocke? Is that Psylocke expensive? Like, I'm wondering, you know. Let's see, Marble Select. So I use these chats and whatnot and these live streams to talk to you just how we always do chats with our friends. I just act like you guys are in the room. So you'll see me mess around on my phone looking for things like that. Okay, so she's $25.32, which doesn't seem like a bad price. Oh, $24.95 used. I mean, I'm just getting her for the I'm gonna go ahead and get this, and I will do this on I will do a tutorial on this, since I'm getting asked to do this a lot. And I'm sure my wife will be just fine with me grabbing this. This might be one of those forgiveness later things, which she might be watching right now, so if you are, I love you. Let's see here. I'm going to cut open this box. See what we got in here. Sorry, I get some of these jobs are just not really fit for, I don't know, I guess not fit for live streams or whatnot, so I can show you guys what I'm doing. Ben Jan, so to answer your question, wait a little bit. I just ordered it. It should be here probably in a couple days, so I will definitely do a live stream for you on that, for you and some other people. But thank you for bringing that up to my attention again. I keep forgetting to do that. And I'm literally buying that just to do the tutorial for you guys. I love Psylocke, don't get me wrong, but what's up, Dead Cell? Thanks for showing up. What do we got here? Ooh, cool. Oh, you guys are in for a special one today. Right on. Oh, whoa, what do we got? So, this is awesome. This is the DC Icons Nightwing. And this is where the thigh mods started. Not necessarily with Nightwing, but with the Batman figure. I think the Batman was the first. The DC Icons Batman was the first one I did, and golly, I want to say it was years ago, right when they first came out. And I could be wrong, but it might have been for Pharaoh. I can't remember if it was for Pharaoh or not. So let's see what we got here. Today, we're going to be given this DC Icons Nightwing thigh mods, which is way different than a McFarlane thigh mod. We'll zoom in here so you don't have to stare at my crotch anymore. Unless you like that sort of thing. Well, yeah. Okay, and we have I believe, this is a Neca Heath Ledger Joker, which I have to say, Neca knocked it out of the park with this head sculpt. This figure has been done to death. Poor choice. It's been done a lot. And as I really respect, the Heath Ledger's portrayal of this. I thought it was super original, super fun. I think we've all can agree on that. But this head gets messed up so many times. What's up, 209? Thank you for showing up. Golly, this knee is super tight. Cool. I actually just fixed one of these for a really cool customer. I had to fix the elbow, and oh my gosh, it was a mess in here. It looked like there was like a piece of metal just sticking into the disc and just destroying it. Anthony, you like, yeah. Anthony, you better be wearing a mask. I wouldn't want anybody to attack you. The other day, me and my friend Anthony's Customs in here. You may have heard of him. We met up. We meet up every 4 years. It's always something. It's generally Anthony's gonna give me something. I'm buying something from him, and he's just an incredible dude. Always something that I can't get anywhere else. And yeah, we met up, and for a split second, took a photo together. Posted it on Instagram, and this guy just went berserk. He just couldn't believe we weren't wearing masks. Like this was like we were the beginning of the pandemic. And I work for a healthcare company. We're tested daily. We take it very serious, and dude just went crazy. But only guy I've ever had to block on Instagram. He just couldn't quite grasp what was happening. So, just so y'all know, we are very safe people. But jeez, sometimes you gotta mellow out a little bit. Let's start. Let's start with the this Ledger figure here. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is gonna be that old classic Neca articulation that they started doing with the hips, where it's basically like a bigger. So one of these hip pegs, so to speak, is gonna have like a hole in it. It goes into the center, and then the other peg has more of a peg that goes into the hole, and one's supposed to spin like this, the other one's supposed to spin like this. It is not a good idea. It's so bad. I guess it seemed good, but whenever you put softer rubbery plastic inside of softer rubbery plastic, you end up with a nightmare. It's gonna stick to. There's gonna be friction, and it just doesn't work. I can't say it doesn't work. It does work, but a lot of the times it causes problems. Whereas if they weren't connected, then they'd be fine. You'll notice some of your NECA figures, when you move the legs, they might move forward at the exact same time. That's why that's happening. They're not connected, but they are held together with each other, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a puzzle piece in there. So what I got to do is remove. Here we go. Yeah. So what we've done here is remove this, and there you go. Wow, that came right out. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So this is our left leg here, and you can see that there's a hole there, and what happened is this peg right here connects in, goes into here, and it moves like this. And it works really fine. It works fine if you have it out of the housing, but when you push it into this housing here as well, this tightens up in here, and it tightens the fit. So what we've got to do now is I've got to take my Dremel, take these drill bits out. Since I'm so organized right now, I'm still learning where all of my stuff is. Let's see, let's put our drill bits. I'll actually probably be using these drill bits here in a minute. I gotta figure out if I want to replace this either with a screw or if I want to keep the original peg. I can show you guys how to do both on that. I'm gonna find my drill bits. Good lord, what a mess. Okay, I usually keep them in this cool little box that I stained. So here we go. We'll take this here, and we're gonna put it in our Dremel. What's up, Master Bat? If you're still in here, sorry I missed your message there. And we're gonna go ahead and keep this on a lower speed, and we're just gonna kind of, just a little bit, not anything crazy. We just want to make sure that when this thing tightens, it's got room to move in there. And if this gets too tight, then we'll see we'll see what the problem is. What's up, Oreo Mega? Thank you for showing up, dude. Good to see you again. What's good, Oscar Reynoso? Dude, just repairing some figures today. Man, I'm sorry I didn't show up yesterday. I told you guys I was gonna do one yesterday, and I ended up, man, me and my wife went crazy, dude. We were working in the garage, and ended up, like, hey, we've got we have a treadmill and a what's the elliptical thing, and it's been in our living room forever. We don't really have a workout room, so we decided to move it into the garage. We've actually lost weight, a lot of weight, so we're not like the two larger people, two unhealthy people that are just moving their workout equipment out of the way. But Anthony, a tight crotch is the way of the world. Thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, we'll get together at some point, and we'll chop it up with Casting Cave. I think he said he wants to harass you, so you know how he is. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take the original peg. Actually, you know what, guys? If you give me just a second, what I'm going to do is I got to take some photos of this for my Instagram as well. Not everybody has the time to sit here and watch these videos, so I like to try to take on all the platforms that I possibly can, just so it helps out everybody. Some people prefer photos. Some people, oh my gosh, the flash is on. Oh, you guys got to see this, what I just put up the other day too. The peg just rolled away from me. There you are. Come here, you. I'll show you guys a little. So I went through, like I said, we were organizing, and see if I can. Maybe I can show you through here. Let's see if I can move this. Hope I don't lose my. You guys. Oh, see that? It's the sideshow exclusive or whatever Aquaman, the awesome design. Check this out. So not only does this thing, like, he's got alternate arms. So if you're actually a fan of the hook hand version, it's got the magnet, so you can just kind of put that on there if you want it. And then of course he comes with, you know, this beautiful Aquaman head. But you gotta see this. This was like the real seal the deal. Look at this alternate head. Hang on, let's make this official, right? Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Take out of my like super tight bun. Watch, I have to get my wife in here to undo my hair. Here we go. Huh? Very stoic, right? Freaking great. So all I gotta do is put in like a few years in at the gym, and then I can look like that. No, I thought that was really cool. What's up, Cheapskate Toys? Darth Clueless, my man, what's up? Danko, I'm glad you're here, man. Good to see you. I can definitely do the room tour if you'd like. It's a mess right now. The problem I have, actually, what I might actually do is I might need to do a room tour one day with a mobile instead. I think if I did it with my phone, I could walk around you. Anthony's Customs asked, where is the statue that he sold me? He wouldn't mind seeing it. Well, Anthony, it's right here. Look at that closet. Look at all those boxes in the closet there. Though, like 90% of that is all Eagle Moss Ecto 1s. But this guy right here is, I can't really, if I can move this around. It's dangerous. So you can tell just by the size of the computer. Look at that. That thing, that's a quarter scale. I've got like there's actually an Aquaman symbol behind it. I put it in there as I was moving it, and I just left it. But dude, look at this. This trident is huge. Like, this is my hand on it. So this is a quarter scale, super exclusive Aquaman statue that Anthony's Customs let me. Not only did he sell it to me for a really awesome Aquaman fan price, but he let me pay it out, and it was really, really cool of him. And dude, you will always have a special. That is why I call Anthony my friend. Not just because he did that, but because he also brought it to me. This dude brought it to my house. He hand delivered it. Everything worked out really well, but once again, Anthony, you didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. It's always, I can't wait to see you again in 4 years. Hopefully sooner than that. But yeah, I will, right, Oreo Mega, what? The blonde Aquaman, that's unheard of. So we'll get back to business here. There's my crotch. You're welcome. Okay. Zoom in. Let's do this. So, we'll open up our little Dremel box here, full of goodies. We'll do this. Who sent me this, anyways? This is from John C. Not John C. Riley, not to be confused. Yeah. So, if you guys aren't following Anthony's Customs, which I don't know how you couldn't be, but if you're not, go follow him. He's great. A lot of people don't know this, but Anthony is super nice in person. His reviews are honest, and I think a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people might get the wrong connotation over somebody. They might think they're a little bit rude when they're so honest, but I appreciate honesty. I think it's the best. Honestly, I would rather have somebody... Yeah, and check out Anthony's toy line, dude. He's working on his own. It's gonna be awesome. Like, he's making big moves in the world. It's gonna be really, really cool, especially the toy community. It's gonna be great. Great guy. Follow him. You'll like him. And if you don't like him, then get to know him, and you'll love him. Kai Cooper How's it going, man? I'm doing all right. I am trying to fix a Joker figure. Let's have him stare at you for a minute. Having my blast. Just being legless. Not Legoless, legless. Alright, let's grab our... Let me plug in my phone over here so it doesn't die. Me and my wife have been playing Pokemon Go today. There's a special ghost event, and you know we got to get in on that. I don't know if any of you guys play this game, but it's still around, still working. So I kind of keep popping in and every now and then to play this. All right, let's get to it. Let's make some great throws and go. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this peg. I love that you guys still like hang around here for this. Like, this is so awesome. Yeah, see, Anthony, you got to do it. You got to be nice to people now. Dude. Ah, Kai, I'm glad you've learned a lot, man. That's super cool. I love hearing that. I really do. And that's my favorite thing, actually. Yeah, see, that happens a lot. Pegs stuff will get stuck in your Dremel. The peg currently is stuck in the Dremel. You just gotta hold, man. You gotta hold it and twist it like this. It'll slowly come out. That's it. That's how these break, because these are, like I said, these are finger drills. I kind of bring this up every time, but let's see. Do you think there's any way to add boot articulation to the McFarlane DC figures? Boot articulation. What see, I get sidetracked. This is why I love doing this, though. Boot articulation. What are you asking here? So I'm looking at the boots here. Are you talking about like at the ankle? Like here? Like maybe where this blue line meets the black line? Unstable Moxley, I'm asking you. If so, absolutely. If not, I'm not sure. You have to explain a little bit better, and I'll answer the best I can. I think it was Anthony's Customs actually that brought it a boot swivel. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you want just an ankle swivel right here? Well, you don't actually need a peg. You can make your own peg. In fact, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. It's not, you know, it's funny, Anthony's Customs, who's in here now and kind of throwing his name around, but he brought up a good point. In having this articulation right here almost doesn't make sense because human anatomy will not allow that shin won't move that way. So I kind of agree with him on that one, that you don't really need it, but I won't lie, that is a common used articulated spot, and absolutely you could add it, dude. I could do it to this Nightwing today if you'd like. Do not add a nail. Kai, I wouldn't. So here's what you do is, oh gosh, I've got to fix this thing, but you guys are going to drive me crazy here. So what happens is you'll cut this with a razor like we do, you know, the thighs, and you'll end up with two flat pieces of plastic here. What you want to do is you'll put a screw into the top half here, and then you'll need to drill a hole into the bottom, and then as you drill that hole, you'll put a burr in there and wiggle that burr around to where it makes basically a cavity inside. So then you'll heat this up and you'll pop that peg in, and then you've got a thigh swivel, or excuse me, and a shin swivel, so a boot swivel. We're actually going to be making thigh swivels on the same way. It is the exact same manner. In fact, I'll probably shoot that with my other phone. So I can actually put up an actual tutorial for you guys on how to do that. So maybe it'll be like a Nightwing extravaganza. I'll do both of them. How about that? I'll do the thigh swivels on the icons, and then I'll do a boot swivel on the McFarlane. Hopefully that sounds good. I'll do it live here, and then I'll also shoot a tutorial over the two, and maybe do 2 tutorials up. It's kind of cheesy, but man, I'm trying to get viewed hours in right now, so just so I can start monetizing videos, and you know, so I can pay for things like a Marvel Select Psylocke, just so you guys are asking for it. If I don't have that figure, then you know, I can do that. So cool. Yeah, I'll definitely do tutorials for you guys. Cool. So let's get back to old Heath here, because this is actually for a paying customer. Let's I'm gonna go back in, clamp this here. So it's already drilled a hole here once, but I want to go back in. Man, look at that guy. I just want to get away from me. Yeah. Have to back up. And we just broke. That's how you break. That's how you break one. Happens all the time. That's why I buy them in bulk. This plastic is crazy hard. What would suck is if this was completely broken in there and we couldn't get it out, which has happened before. So that one's done. We'll toss that. And we'll move on to a bigger drill bit, because this hole's going to need to be bigger anyway. So that's how fast it can happen. Even when you know what you're doing with that. Oh my god. Just lost the peg, and I'm pretty sure it went in the trash can. This is the life of a Toychanic. That is not the right peg. So now, this is where we spend a little bit of time digging through the trash to find a peg that just decided to go rogue. Luckily, my trash is clean. I don't eat in here. I think I see it in the bottom here. I just have plastic bits. I've got screws. I've got plastic bags. What else we got? What's in Billy's trash today? We got a piece of a Superman arm. We got this this old Banshee piece that I decided to throw away. Dude, it went straight to the garbage, dude. Are you serious? I guess that's good though. So now I know what's in here. What is this? It's like a really weird plastic bag with tape on it that is catching everything. I have no idea where this came from. Weird. It's new too. Well, we might... Oh! Bingo. Okay, like I said before, that was fun. Man, Bob, that's what you get, Bob. I'll put you in the trash. Bob the Odd, everybody, he's in here. He used to do videos too. Like Wade said, I kind of make fun of my friends because we all make fun of each other. That's what we do. In the nicest way, of course. I think it keeps it fun. Overall feelings on McFarlane toys for me, my hero was bad. Bad, Fortnite okay, and DC not going good. Ah. Do I paint too? I paint a little bit, but I don't do like big custom jobs. I don't have time for that really anymore. You saw me do a custom that I'm not sure if you guys saw that on my Instagram. I did this. I fixed up Thunderstrike here because I was really upset at the hairline. So I fixed him, but that was kind of for me. I rarely get to do things for myself. But I was watching Parallel Universe the other day with Toy Bro, and I was just kind of sitting here chilling, doing some repairs, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do that, because they brought it up. I just brought it up in my feed, and so I was like, man, this is driving me nuts, this hairline. Even on the packaging, it was different, and I was like, ugh, I gotta fix this thing. So I just did that, and then of course, Wade's like, hey, you got anything to unbox? And Toy Bro, what does he pull out? Freaking Thunderstrike, and he's like, oh, I love this guy. And I'm like, yeah, I did too. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, when you're in the chat, you're like, you're chained up. You're just like, oh, I can't tell him how much I hate that. And I was like, the freaking hairline's awful. And Wade picks that up and thinks I'm making fun of Toy Bro's hairline. And I'm like, oh my God. He's like, are you friends with him? Because he makes fun of his friends. And he's going on about this hairline. I was like, the figure, Wade. He's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, oh my God. Dude. Ridiculous. But anyways. I use... to sculpt, this is what I use for everything now. It's pretty Procreate. You can buy this on Amazon. It's really cheap. It basically comes in two parts, kind of like this one's really been used. But you got a hardener here, and then the gray part. I forget what that's called. It's called resin. Wow. So yeah, it comes in a two-part. It's really cheap. You can buy these, and you can end up like, you can even see. Check this out. This is really cool. And this is after this stuff is already dried, depending on how you mix it. But check this out. You can. Let's see if I can get this in focus. There we go. So like his hair here. See how it still got some. I think this one actually might be stuck to the forehead. But this one here, see how it's got like wiggle. You can still move it. You can sculpt like hair like this and have it like have that you know, that bend to it. It's really amazing stuff. I love it. I learned about this from Mike De La Paz, who does really incredible repaints. And he does some sculpting, and he resculpts hair, and I just couldn't believe how he was doing that. And he's like, oh yeah, use Procreate, and it's it's real malleable, and it you know, gives you some flex when you're done. So that blew me away. So I've been using that ever since. That's the only sculpt I use now. I used to use Aves a lot. The Fix-It sculpt, but I don't do big jobs like that anymore that require a ton of sculpting. So I just kind of, you know, I don't do that anymore. I just don't have time for that. What's up, Ricky? Glad you're here, man. Thank you so much. Kind of missing a lot of chat here. Oh, my bro Clayton's in here. Let's see. Yeah, man, I don't know. Reading through the comments, I just still can't believe that they had a different hair sculpt on the box. Like in the freaking box art, in your promo images, you've got something different. It just drives me crazy. All right, let's grab a screw. So once again, I ordered some more of these screws. It's kind of it's weird, man. It feels like it's a crapshoot with these sometimes. Like I'll order these screws, and then they'll come in, and they're just different sizes. I've ended up with like all sorts of different sizes. Like you can tell, like this screw right here is way smaller than this one. I've got some that are way bigger, and I always try to order the same size. These are really small though. Those would be good for some mezco repairs, especially on the females. I've been getting a lot of the female figures coming in here recently. I think this right here, this would be a really good solid piece to use for this, for an alternate, which I think I might end up using. I feel a little more confident in using just a solid screw than I do replacing these sometimes. Oh yeah. So if the plastic's like not soft and the screw won't really go in, that's good. You don't want it to go in. You want it to heat up and pop in there. So I think, guys, I would show you how to do this. I mean, you've seen me do it 1,000 times. You straighten the screw, you put it through the peg, and then you know, it acts as basically a new piece. But really today, I think with seeing this being a Neca figure, I'd rather see this just stay fixed. So I'm actually gonna nix the screw, the old screw idea, and I'm gonna go with the screw trick that you guys have been seeing. Yo, you're not finding the Procreate sculpt on Amazon? That's where I always buy it. I always buy Procreate on Amazon. I'm assuming you're in the States, correct? Oh, cool. Right on, man. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that tutorial for you. And everybody else who needs to know how to shorten Psylocke. I'm wondering if I gotta shorten the arms too to make the proportions correct. Oh, I bet you do, Anthony. I bet you do. You're saucy today. You're so spicy. So I've drilled a hole in here. I'm trying to see if this is gonna... Usually I'll take my small screwdriver. Oh yeah, this moves. This must have twisted off then, because if this will move with this kind of in like this, then we're good. Huh. And so the disc isn't stuck, so that's really good. Let's see if we can't get this screw to go in here. The tight crotch screw. Oh my god. Don't make that a thing. Just call it Crew Maru. Then it would be good. That's actually the name I use for Red Dead and GTA and all my Rockstar things. It's always been Crew Maru. You guys can be part of that. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys showing up and supporting me, man. This has really been cool. I mean, if anything, this has been definitely the most inspiring activity I've done in a long time, and you guys are part of that. I know that this can be a real toxic place. It's actually why I left Facebook. That place was just really, really gross, and I just wanted to get away from all that. So I kept my Messenger just so I could still talk to people, and it's been the best decision I think I've made in like years. That place is just gross. I still have my business page on there, so I can swap over there to that, but you know, Instagram has been really nice. And YouTube's been fairly nice. I thought this was the worst place. I thought people said this is the worst, and maybe it's because I'm just small time right now. I gotta get big like Anthony and Wade, so like as soon as I put a video up, somebody thumbs downs it. Just, is that right? Thumbs downs? Thumbs down it? We'll figure it out. Figure this out together. Let's see if I can get this thing to fit in here. Oh yeah, this is going in good. It's all in the wrist. Especially YouTuber. Yeah, I like the live events here a lot. That's really, really fun to me. You guys are great. Oh, cool, man. Appreciate that. I don't know, man. I think I've got a specific crowd who don't mind. Like, you guys are really chill. I've noticed that. That's the coolest thing about you guys, is how relaxed you are. And don't mind just kind of sitting here watching me do this. You know, I know a lot of attention spans today are just so like, we need to now, let's go. Which is that's kind of what I make my tutorials a little kind of for. But you'll also notice that on my tutorials, like, so I'm a video editor in real life, and I believe in real life. That's for my actual job. But usually you want to go quick. You know, you need that attention span. Keep that attention span. And for my tutorials, though, they're fairly long. They're way longer than I would really like, but it's because I want to make sure you guys get a whole feel of what it takes to do this. I don't want to skip forward. I know, I remember, I think Bob had done something like that. Bob the Odd in here, who's got still some really great tutorials on diorama building and whatnot. Thanks, Bob, for thumbs down to me. I appreciate you. Somebody had asked him, like, he sped up his video because it was like going to take a while, and some guy was like, well, why'd you speed it up? I can't see what's going on. And you know, obviously it's like, well, because the video is going to take for freaking ever. But it kind of got me thinking, like, some people really want to see that, and you know, I guess there is the option to just, you know, fast forward if you'd like. So I don't know, I like to keep that option there for the guys that like watching me drop all my drill bits on the floor. We'll be right back. Really? God, did you guys hear that? That was the sound of sadness. Luckily, so this big computer is going to be out of my way soon. It's going back to work. I got to go back to the office tomorrow. We'll be working from the office again. And hopefully the laptop that I've got will be able to hang here. I won't have this fancy computer anymore. And hopefully it can keep up with the speed. So far I'm liking this. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that'll be my next like goal, is to buy myself a nice computer for you guys. Okay, sorry, kind of doing a little cleanup right now because stuff went all over the floor. Golly. You don't know how much stuff you got until you drop it. Okay. So yeah, as I was trying to organize my room, got like these little things here. Keep all my little drill bits and whatnot. I'm sure I don't have all of the ones that were in there originally now. They're gone. There we go. Oh, there you go. Secret's out. Yep. Secret's out, guys. Drop this over here. Alright, so right now I was actually having a little issue trying to get that screw in. So the plastic on this this ledger figure is weird. It's super hard. Like the plastic is crazy hard on here. Like that screw like wasn't really going in. It just seemed like it was tearing up the plastic, not really. So I definitely made the right move using a screw here, a solid screw. Not sure how far this thing's gonna go in. That's what I've been doing here, sitting here trying to screw this thing in, and there we go. Just needed to make the hole bigger, I guess. Might be hitting the edge. Just want to make sure it bends without. It feels like it's gonna come out, and I don't. That's what I don't want. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That's what we want. But once again, we've got to cut the screw short. So we're gonna take our handy dandy cutters. Oh, there you go. There you go, Anthony. See, Anthony's here to build me up. Thanks, man. It don't matter. Any interaction is good on YouTube. Alright. Yeah, I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, which I know I'm very late. I'm sure as soon as I start, like, getting up there, that's when there's going to be a new platform. Snap Talk or Tick Chat or something stupid. You know how it goes. It's kind of crazy because I feel like so what I used to do during these times is chat with my buddy, get them on here at some point, do like a bigger group chats. It's one of those things though, like Wade does it really smart how he only has generally one person on there, because you don't get a lot of people over talking and whatnot, and people get excited when it's live, so a lot of stuff like, you know, can get lost. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that correctly. I'm definitely gonna do, I'd like to do some guest spots as well, and I think my first guy that we're gonna do on here is gonna be Corey from Casting Cave. I think you guys will get a big kick out of him. He's a super smart guy. He can teach you. He's the painting guru. This guy knows how to paint. He's really clever. He's got great methods. He's usually wrong about like what's cool, so don't let him fool you. A lot of the things that he likes is wrong, but other than that, Billy, I gotta go now to help the wife. You gonna add? Yes, I will. Kai, this, I think it automatically, as soon as I'm done with this, it adds it to YouTube for me. So I just hit in stream and it adds it up there, and yeah, man, you can just watch it later. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that. I really do. That's this is really cool, man. I've keep getting like a solid, I don't know, there's like usually 20 people on here, and I really, that's a million to me. That is so cool. I just appreciate that. So we've cut this screw down now. I need to make sure that I take a picture of this so I don't miss it. Go. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. I know, right? Casting Cave's gross. He's awesome. You guys will really like him. like I said, I've learned a lot from him. I use him like a lot of times, like if something comes up and I just can't fix something. I mean, and it happens often where I get to the point where I'm like, man, I can't fix this thing. You know, it's like the plastic is too gone. Generally, it happens with a Neca, like a Neca hip. Think of the quarter scale Neca hips. That's what happens. I got to send it over to him, and he'll cast me up a super strong one, and then we're good to go. I think this is going to be a good set right here. It's only got to go in so far. I know it looks like this peg right here is a lot longer, but it really just matters kind of right here. Like I think I showed this in the screw trick. Basically, all you need is just a little bit to where it catches that main lip, and you're good to go. So now we're going to let the super glue dry on that. Flip this cape back here, or not cape, this jacket, so it doesn't get stuck that way. And alright, let's take a look at old Nightwing here, old Dick Grayson, which we're going to have to get new razor blades for. I think it's time for me to nix these. What I do with my razor blades to get rid of them, I've actually got this weird so I've got these lights, like it's just like an LED like box, but it had like this, I guess this is where it was hanging on the shelf, you know, hanging on the pegs. And so I take this box and this is how I dispose of my razors, so nobody can get hurt with that. And then when it gets trashed, I put it inside of another box so nobody can get their hands all cut up, and then it's off to the dump. So hopefully that's the proper way to dispose of those. Okay, so if you guys can give me just 1 minute, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my phone. I'm going to grab another razor blade. Give me 1 minute, and we'll get back to it. have to find that later. I've lost my other phone, guys. It's gone. It's about right. Oh, hey, I found it. It was in here the whole time. I'm not gonna lie, I had to leave. I had to go pee. It's human nature.
Sorry to hear that.
Did you guys hear my echo just now? She said she was sorry to hear that. Why did that happen? Okay. Well, we're back. What the heck? I don't know if you guys have one of these echoes, but they say some fun stuff. They pick up on the weirdest stuff. Alright. So. Yeah. So yeah, what I usually will do for these for tutorials is I shoot on my iPhone or whatever. So better hold it next time. No, man, that's not good for you. That's not good for anybody. So all right, let's zoom out. So you guys are actually going to be part of this tutorial. Watch this. So here, watch this. Here we go. I'm about to put on my tutorial voice. The DC Icons Nightwing. This is going to show you how to do a thigh swivel cut, and this is way different from the McFarlane, and I'm going to show you why. Alright. High fives all around, right? So what I'll do though here is I've got one of these handy dandy light things here, and this is super cool because I don't know if you guys have one of these. If you guys are thinking about doing tutorials or videos or whatnot, this is the coolest thing that I've bought. You can hook your phone up like this. Turn the camera around. And I gotta just fix this to where it works for me. Actually, I guess I can go the other way. I think I've done it the other way. Yeah, here we go. It's probably better this way anyways. You guys are watching the process now. Alright, let's get this going. Jeez, I don't have any room back here. Like I said, I keep trying to adjust this room. What's up, Josh Smith? Mr. Rock and Roll. Alright. So we're going to take Nightwing now. See if this will work for you guys. And first off, what we're going to start here with is we're going to get a fresh razor blade. I can find where I put them. Might be time to stock back up on razors. I know they're in here. I need to get actually need to get a labeler. I think my wife has one. There we go. Razor blade. Alright, so I'm going to have to show you guys how to do this at the same time I'm recording. This will be fun. Cut my finger off. Alright. Hey Josh, you know what? We'll figure it out. I'm about to start trying to figure out how to call in or bring other people in, kind of like how Wade does on his. I'm down. It'd be awesome, bro. In fact, man, you'd get along with my dude. I believe he's Scottish, Marty McCusker. He's a nut, man. I like him a lot, though. He's in a band, and he's like a fashion designer. He's just a really, really cool guy. Hey, Cody. Canadian Cody's here. Ah, I love Cody. Or I just drop the beat and you rap Battle Wade. Oh, I'll rap Battle Wade. He'll be surprised. He'd be surprised what can cook up in here. But we don't want to rap battle because we're friends. We better be friends, Wade. All right. Okay, so the first thing you guys want to do is you'll notice that it has these kind of separate joints here in the legs. There's like basically two barbells connected to a ring that allow this motion. What you do is, it's actually fairly easy to pop these out. You don't need any heat because this is technically hard plastic on hard plastic, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You want to take either a pick, which this one's looking a little funky. Let me grab another one. So what you want to do is grab a pick, come in from the top side here. You know what? I'm actually going to go with a flathead screwdriver on this. Smart. So since it's so shallow here, I'm going to go with a flathead screwdriver instead of my usual pick because I don't want to like cause any damage. So all you have to do is just slightly put it in here and just apply a little pressure and it'll pop right out. So once again, go in through the top, apply a little pressure outward, pops right out. Now we've got our two legs. So next, what we want to do is we're going to heat these legs up and we're going to pull out these plastic pieces right here. You'll notice they added these in the later icons. Not all of them actually have the ones that swivel like this. Some of them are just the plastic that we'll be cutting. They're just part of the thigh. So what we're going to do is heat these up and pull these out. Sorry, I kind of got to talk with my tutorial voice so it's nice and clear. No, Josh, you're good, man. You're awesome, dude. I love it. I love the idea. I love the idea of collaborating with people. I think it'd be super, super fun. Okay, so what I was just saying on here is, nah, man, Josh will be playing his own music. That's because he'll just make up music as he goes because he's a musician. That's what they do. Josh, we need to work together and you can make me like a freaking awesome like rock, metal, like Bill Maru, Toychanic's intro song. That'd be dope. We're going to heat this up. Kind of heating them both up at the same time right now. Let's see what happens. As the plastic gets softer. I'm using my heat gun like usual. And let's take, since we heated it up, we'll take these needle nose pliers and grab the end like so. Oh my gosh. And pop them out. That looked more chaotic than it actually was. Let's see. Let's give it a little pop. This one, I don't know if it got heated up good enough. Nope. So we'll heat this one up. Yeah, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about here in a second, why these are so different than the McFarlane ones. It looks like you could do what you can do with the McFarlane ones, but I don't believe you can, and I don't know if I want to test it with this figure. This isn't mine. Alright. Like I said, once again, we'll heat this up and pop it out. There we go. So now you can see that these are similar to the McFarlane bits. The problem I ran into though is this little lip just might not be enough to hang on to the entire leg. And like I said, I don't want to test it with this figure as this is not my personal figure. I can show you my personal one and how it works, but basically what we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to cut just like we always do, only the difference is we'll be screwing into this piece here basically. So we'll screw into here and then we'll put the head going out, we'll have to screw and drill a hole going down into this hip here after we cut it, and that's going to add a little cavity for this to do a swivel, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Alright, so let me see. I don't know if I can reach mine. Oh yeah, I can. I keep adding more and more stuff back here. Like, I'm trying to add more room to this room as I get rid of boxes and stuff, but then I just end up with like stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. Like you guys can see, like here, I'll show you, I'll part of my nightmare. Here you go. So you can see, like, I've got a whole drawer here where this keeps figures in, but I can't get, like, all this is just full. It's full of stuff. So that's where I'm trying to get some things worked out. There's a lot of space, really. It's just time. Okay, so here is my personal Nightwing that I've modded. And you'll see, let's see if we can, I'll do it over here. It looks better. Thigh swivels work very well. But the problem I ran into, and we can test this actually, you know, maybe I should test it with this one. If anything goes wrong, I can give this client this one and it's good, you know. So maybe we will test it out on this one. This is like such a, if this works, this will be awesome. I just don't know how far to really go in, and this is a very, like, you can see just how little room that we have of clearance. It's got the cut has to be in here somewhere, and that is a we might be able to do this. This might work the same way as a McFarlane one. The problem I ran into was that whenever I tried to do this with the Ninja Turtles, the DC, the Batman Ninja Turtle line, for some reason that little lip, the head of that peg, would not catch the full leg. I don't know why. It just would come right out, which doesn't make sense because it was holding it in there before, but maybe it was because there was so much length to the peg that it was keeping it in there. I still don't know why it did that. Yeah, dude, this Nightwing is expensive now. This is probably, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, Oreo Omega, but this is probably the best Nightwing figure, I think, until Mafex makes one. That's just my personal thoughts. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna go for it. I think I'm gonna just try it. Like I said, I can always give this guy mine if it comes down to it. There's nothing wrong with mine. My figure is in perfect condition. So, all right. Let's see. Let's. So what we're gonna have to do here. This is all just like a crapshoot. Golly. Let's see how far. How far does this go down? Okay, from the end of the opening, we've got about that much clearance. Oh, sorry about that, guys. You can't even see what I'm doing. So what I was doing just now is I put this screwdriver in here to see how far down it would go. Using my fingernail here that needs to be trimmed. We've got about this much room. God, that's a lot of clearance. Huh. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. This is like, let me try something different. So what I'm gonna do is like grab it with, that's not gonna work either. Shoot. It's not that far down. I mean, gosh, it can't be, because it stops. Sorry, I'm trying to get a better view on this thing. I've got lights all over my head and stuff. Okay, here's what we do. So we are going to go down to where the flat part hits. So we've got about 1/4 inch. We've got a 1/4 inch clearance before the peg starts. So that means we can cut, I think safely, maybe a third of an inch down. This is the process, guys. This is crazy, right? Josh, I did. I definitely took apart all my toys. Yeah, that was one of the things. I think I remember whenever playing with GI Joes and finding out that there was a screw in the back. I broken some and I didn't want to get rid of them, so I just kept the pieces, and we'd use them for like Mortal Kombat stuff, like so the legs get pulled off or something like that. And then I got my mom or my grandfather, I can't remember, one of them. They both do upholstery. They work together. They gave me a screwdriver like this, and that changed everything. I was able to take it out, put in different screws. I was able to fix all those GI Joes, and I was like, this is a game changer. In fact, me and my friend Scott, we were pretty messed up. We were big Mortal Kombat kids because our parents let us. There was no age restrictions for our movies and whatnot. But so we would take the screw out. We would around Halloween. We'd wait till the day after Halloween, and we'd stock up on the fake blood, and then we would pop the head off of a figure, take the screw out, put the fake blood in it, pop the head back on, and you could throw it down on like we took a shop vac box, which was pretty good, like a torso length, and we took the top, made a bridge over the top, and we stuck nails and screws all in the bottom and made our own pit. And so we would throw the figures down there and they'd hit and explode, or something would come off and blood. Yeah, we were pretty messed up, but it was super fun. And that was just another mod you could do with figures. Oh God, we had fun with that. We even took an oscillating fan. This is how unsafe we were as kids. Took like the oscillating fan cover off and like turned that thing off and like threw like figures in it, just everywhere. God, we loved it. We loved it. Sorry, Ricky, if I kind of missed you there. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's missing the so Ricky, what Oreo Mega's talking about is he missed out on the DC icons. This is the DC icons, not the McFarlane. This is McFarlane, who is freaking gigantic compared to the icons. It's really ridiculous. I wish McFarlane figures were smaller, guys. I really do. Let's get to this, though. I need to get back on track here. Let's go for it. Really hope this works, because if it does, this is a game changer for any of the DC figures, the icons that actually have this type of articulation. Harley Quinn doesn't have this. A lot of those original ones do not have this type of articulation with the little extra swivel piece. But it's weird, they've got this extra swivel piece in there, but it doesn't work. I'm wondering if you could, like, instead of making it square, rounding out this square and it work the right way, but I think it's because there's not enough clearance here. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and try to mod this the same way as the McFarlane figures. This will not work on all DC icons, but it will work on some of the newest ones that have this type of articulation, that actually have the extra piece. So what you want to do is, I've measured and we've got about a 1/4 inch clearance from where this hits, and I believe this is our 1/4 inch right here. So if we set this right here on the side, let's see if you guys can see that, hopefully. I think we need to make our cut right about here. And let's see what happens. Let's go in here. We're going to cut right here. This is always the problem with DC icons. You want to set the foot to the side so it actually stays down. Let's recalibrate here. Okay. We're going to cut right here. Gosh, these things just like to move on you. Golly, yeah, I cannot get this in. This is always the problem that I had with doing these mods, is they won't stay still. I'm gonna reheat these. I gotta reheat them. Forgot about this. I haven't done a icons mod in a long time. So to make sure it's as smooth as possible, because once that thing goes in, it's going in and it ain't stopping. I'm not lying, I'm a little nervous because I hope this works, because I know I can make it work. But if this works right off the bat, it's going to be awesome. Take care, Anthony. Thank you so much for showing up, bro. It was awesome. Awesome that you showed up. It was really cool. And like I said, I look forward to seeing you again, hopefully soon. Don't move away. Okay, like I said, I am going to try and mod this the same way as a McFarlane figure, which will not work on all icons, but it will maybe work on this one. So I think we're going to cut right here. And they will not stay still. So you have to put the leg to the side. You can see it's just going to move over like this. This was always my issue, is they won't stay still. You have to keep it with your thumb. This is really, doesn't feel like the safest way to do this. Alright, we got a pretty good hole there. And you'll see sometimes this looks a little slanted, but it's because of the way these are cut. And it works really, really well. There's a slight slant, but it ends up being a perfect swivel. It's the way these things are built. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's how I do them all, and I've never had a complaint on these, not once. So people do appreciate these. That looks like that's going to work. So I'm going to heat this one up, and we're going to do this as well. And, you know, you guys fingers crossed for me. Alright. So, since we've got one cut, we want to cut this in the same spot. Which is about right. Line these up correctly. This is the toughest part. You kind of got to lean it up like this to make sure you know where you're cutting. Straight down. Cut straight down. Okay, now let's see. So we'll take, this is a first for me to try this type of mod. And I just don't think it's gonna work. Nope. This didn't, I didn't cut high enough for it, which sucks. So now you just got this little peg. And this is why I do what I'm about to do. Yeah, you can just see it just doesn't go in all the way. Dang it. It might work if you were to go up even higher. I can't believe I didn't measure that correctly. That was hard. That's hard to see. Either way, I'll show you guys how I always do these mods. Dang, this thing really heats, cools down quick. That's a bummer, but it might be possible, but I just don't know if there's enough lip on this thing to hold on to the whole leg. I just really honestly think that every time you bend it, it's gonna pop out. This one seems like it went higher, but it still, this might be right. Let's see. Yeah, see, even if you, this one has a little more lip to it. I don't know if I got this in all the way or not. Hang on. I cut it at about the right space. Same height. Let's see here. I don't know if I got it all the way in. Yeah, I did. Well, I might have cut this one at a different height. But still, it just pops out so easily. That is so weird. Like they're pretty dang close, but just that little bit of extra is what ruined it. But the peg still will not hold on, so we got to do it the same way anyways. So what we got to do now is we take where this hole is here, and what we're going to do is, since it's already got a hole in there for it where the old peg was, we're going to drill into our pegs, and then we're going to add a screw in here, and then we're going to drill these out just a little more. We're going to burr these out, and what that's going to do is give us just an extra clearance for our screw. Another thing that you can do is there's a few different ways to do this. You can cut the head of this off if you went up too high and add just the screw in, but let's go for it. So yeah, I want to be careful here. You want to get in the center of the screws you can't, or center of the peg. You want to screw. You want to drill in the center of the peg as most centered as possible. Golly, trying to get that one out. And that's good right there. And then we're gonna do it on this one, which I went up a little higher on this one, and you won't even be able to tell. I think where people make the biggest mistakes is when they cut too slanted. And I've seen that happen way too many times. As long as it cuts straight and not crazy far off, and you can see, like, I mean, this is just human error, but it's not that much of a difference. However, just having like a little lip, you could tell, but this will not hold on the leg. I popped it in a minute ago and it came right out. So if you can pop this thing in without any heat, that's not a good thing, unless you like that. If that's how you want your legs to go in. But yeah, you can tell that just one bend is gonna pop it out, and that's not what we want. We want these to stay in for posing and all that stuff. So since we've got our holes drilled now, we're going to first find the screws that work. We want to, you don't have to get the same kinds of screws here, but I would suggest it. You can work with whatever you have, but let's see what we got. This one looks real nice. This is a nice screw. I like it whenever they're shorter like this. It just because it's less work, really. And let's see. I think those are the same. Yeah, boom. These are great. Usually it's either that or you have to cut them yourself, which both works. Yeah, and this is a really good. I like that this didn't work. You can definitely salvage things like this. Like we're trying it. This is the whole point. Is you got to try this stuff. So we're gonna make sure that the holes here in the pegs are wide enough for our screws to go in. These are chubby boys here, so we want to make sure they fit. Okay. I'm gonna screw this in. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. And we're gonna want to get these pretty close up here. I mean, this is gonna be, since this is kind of the convenience of these figures, is that the holes are already drilled in the newest icons, I should say. The old ones will not have this hole in them. Like I said, Harley Quinn is one. I think Superman might have been one. Yeah. Oh. Actually, these are better off than I thought they were. This just kind of dropped down a little bit for me. I guess it wasn't heated up enough. This dropped down for me. Ha! I'm not that bad. But we still got to do this. So let's drill another hole. A little wider. Okay. Now we're going to test our screw. This hard plastic's kind of funky to work with sometimes. Jeez, this is really weird. Let's try a little more. There we go. I don't know why that one was giving me trouble, but it was. Let's put our screw in. Yeah, you do. You got to get creative. La Cosa Perez. I'm a new sub on your channel. I have a question. Do you have a method for taking off factory glue on accessories and or parts? What are you working with, man? To me, it usually depends. God, this just split this entire peg. Really? Can still be salvaged, but dang. This other peg is being a pain in the... Luckily, our super glue will keep it. Our Loctite brand super glue. Man, this really just destroyed this peg, dude. It just split it right down the middle. That's a shame. But it won't matter. It'll still hold. Just gotta make sure we put a good amount of super glue on here. Man, this plastic is trash. It's like super hard plastic, but it just brittles away whenever you heat it up. The other one worked fine. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll take our screw, take our Loctite super glue. It's the only brand of super glue I trust. A nice dab on there. I put a little extra on this one because as I was drilling into this, it split the peg, and which isn't a problem. It's just, you know, we need a little extra super glue on here to give a little extra grip. And what we'll do is we'll take these. If you end up splitting the peg, you can see how this one's just kind of not playing ball with us right here. It's wanting to kind of get itself out of there. Once the super glue dries, though, we won't have a problem with it. But for now, what I might end up having to do is to trim this part right here just a little bit around the sides. And you can just kind of grip it like this with your needle nose pliers to kind of make sure that this extra plastic right here makes a little bit better contact. And I mean, this happens. Sometimes you got to smooth one of these out, and this is cool. It's like kind of a tutorial within a tutorial. You know, you hope that this isn't going to happen, but it can. This is what, you know, ideally what we would want. The reason why this happened is because it wasn't perfectly centered. As what happens whenever I go through these tutorials like this, sometimes, you know, I'm trying to make sure I get it done for you, but what you want to do is take your time. You can tell this is this is perfectly done right here. This one's perfectly done. This one is not. However, the overall outcome will be the same once we get it done. So we'll lace this with super glue since we know this one is good to go. We're gonna screw this in all the way to the end. There we go. And we'll get rid of some of that excess super glue. I always keep a paper towel handy, and you can rake it along the side like this, and it'll soak up any kind of excess super glue. Toss that. And now we'll let the glue dry, and while the glue is drying, we are going to take a burr, and a burr looks like this. I have the sloppiest tutorials. Like, I'm always slapping the freaking camera around and whatnot. This is a burr. It's a rounded ball end, basically. Where do I go for my tools and materials? I go to Amazon. Yeah, I used to, for a while there, I was going to Harbor Freight for my drill bits, but that is expensive. You can get a load of these for pennies on the dollar. These drill bits in all sizes, all shapes. So yeah, and my favorite ones are these. I think I've gone through these before, but these are the 1.3 millimeter, and they're like gold. They're a bit stronger. These are really, really nice. And those are a little more expensive, but you're not going to be breaking your bank getting them. Lacosa Perez, I'm still interested as to what you were talking about your taking factory glue off. The problem you run into is that with factory glue, you're gonna possibly end up either, if you're gonna use like acetone or whatnot, or raw acetone, then if there's paint underneath or even plastic, it can melt plastic, and it can really jack that stuff up. It's kind of a crapshoot to get factory glue off of stuff. Usually what you'll do is sand over it and paint it. And practice. I mean, when it comes down to this, it is a, trial and error. I say it often, but yeah, that's what it is. On your Batman Joker articulation mod video, were you conscious of not drilling too deep to allow the torso ball to still pop in? I'm nervous of doing the mod and the ball joint will no longer pop in. If you were to, yes, I was. But the cool thing is, what you can do, what I ran into with doing it on Azrael, was that happened. He would pop in, and then it would just come right out. It took a little pressure, but what you can do is you can put super glue around the ball, the peg, and put it back in, and just constantly move it around. That's going to be one of my next tutorials, is joint tightening for pegs and whatnot. You just add a little super glue on it, put the peg back in if it was like too loose at the time, or even if it kept popping out, or even if it didn't keep popping out, if it was just like loose. And what you'll do is you just keep moving. You twist it, go back and forth, twist it, go back and forth, and you do that until the super glue dries. And when you think the super glue's drying or dried, keep doing it, because if it locks, then you're in worse trouble than you thought. Sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll, you'll hear a satisfying but scary snap. And it will break the super glue free. Other times you hear a snap and it broke your peg. It's because you put way too much super glue on it. You go little at a time, because you can always go back and redo it. You can always go back and redo it, add a little more. But once you break it, if you break it, that's where you are. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was definitely conscious of that though. And once you do it so many times, what I would suggest for you guys that are wanting to do this, spend a little bit of extra money. Buy the cheapest McFarlane figure you can find that's in the same vein and test it. Most of them are similar. Find one that's similar to the size of the one you're going to be with. So if you're doing a Spawn figure, then find like I did Johnny Cage. You could do Johnny Cage, or you could do a Batman. Like there's some of them at Walmart's right now are $15.88. You can just grab a Batman figure that's around the same size and just pop it on there. Or try it that way. Because they're built pretty much the same. Now, if you're going to try to do like the one that was tough, the one that I did was that White Knight Batman. He's different because you don't want to break. Some people don't want to break the sculpt up. Some people don't care. They just want a thigh swivel. They don't care how it happens. But if you don't want to break that spot, then you got to go a little higher, and that's crazy. Yeah, Oreo Omega, definitely. So just pop that. If he pops apart, get yourself a little bit of super glue, put it on the edge of around the peg. Just kind of go around the middle, and just go around that circumference right there, and then just pop it in and wiggle it around. Maybe put a little dab on the bottom and around the sides, so it kind of covers the whole thing. You don't want to coat the whole deal, but you don't want to coat it before it goes in. You basically want to coat it around while it's in there. So hopefully that helps you. I hope it does. Okay. So yeah, let's get to making these pegs here. Okay, so now that we have these, we want to make sure always keep the pieces like next to the correct piece. So you know, just in case your pegs are different sizes or thicknesses like we ended up with here, you can see that this one is much more thinner. This is the way we wanted it to be. This is an accident. This isn't what we wanted. What we're about to have to do after this is also drill down this to make it a little thinner, because we've got more on this side. In fact, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little more super glue on this side, so it kind of creates this protective housing on it, so to speak. And so this one's going to take a little longer, but what we're going to do is basically you just take your drill bit, your burr, and you're going to want to go around the sides like so, at an angle, and just keep going in at an angle. Wiggle it around a bit, and you'll feel a bunch of excess plastic kind of just building up in here. And be careful so it doesn't jump on you, because it can. Turn it off and pull it out, and then you can take either needle nose pliers to get some of this out. This is a much more advanced mod than see with the McFarlane's. The cool thing that you have there is that it's just a simple cut generally. Just make sure you cut it straight, and then you've got it. It's a very simple mod, but it can also be detrimental, like ruined in just a slip of the wrist. Which I've seen a lot of people mess up that mod. A lot of people that I know personally messed up that mod, and I tried. People get too excited. They're super excited to do it. And yeah, it's crazy. Maverick, cool. Very cool. So yeah, you want to kind of go a little deeper here. Got that excess plastic. Now you gotta blow it out. Take your let's go in one more time. We're going to basically be doing this on the same side. Here's another cool thing you can do. So once you've got that done, I like to take either I have this cone drill bit, and I've also got this bigger drill bit here. What you can do is take this cone here, and after you've done this, you can actually just kind of drill in right here. Just drill down a little bit. Not too far, but just enough to add like this kind of a lip, so it adds, so whenever you're going to push your screw in, it's a little easier. And then also it just kind of creates this lip, so it pops in, and I don't know, I kind of like doing that. I think it looks a little more professional, even though you're never going to see it. It's just kind of one of those things that I think works better. It also makes it easier for you to get your the peg in there. You'll notice a lot of times that actually factory figures are like this as well. In fact, we can start by doing that if you want. That's a sound. Okay, cool. Yeah, it basically just adds a little divot so you can pop it in there. Do you have a personal Toychanic journal? You know, I want to. I want to be one of those guys that like keeps all of his notes and whatnot. Unfortunately, like I never have it with me. I do have a notebook, but for me, it's usually like ideas pop up just on the fly. So we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did a minute ago to this one. Come in at an angle. Because you don't want to get too high to the top. You don't want the top to be wide. You only want to be, the wide spot has to be in the lower region. And you're trying to match where your peg, like the flat base of your peg, is going to be catching, so to speak. And basically what I'm doing now is, like, I'm not applying any pressure. I'm just allowing this to kind of bounce around in there and allow that excess plastic to kind of break itself loose, so it's not in there whenever we go to put our stuff in. I think you can't really, you have to kind of shine a light on it to see, but you can kind of see that there's a concave and convex all at the same time. There's like this little there's a shorter spot on top, or shallow, and then it gets deeper down below, and that's what we want. Okay, so right now this glue is still drying, so although it's not drying on the other side. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a sanding bit, which I think I put all of those in a specific spot. I thought I did. I'm telling you, I gotta get these labeled. There's like not even things in some of these. Where the heck did it go? I know there's sanding bits in here somewhere. Cool. I got a sanding. I always got one nearby just in case. This is what happened. This is why I lose things, is because, and just in case I lose something, I like to have a backup, and then I'll lose my backup, and then I'll find the other, and it's just a vicious cycle. This is what happens. So in the case or situation or midlife crisis that you mess up, it's not over. Breathe. You can take this right here. You can see that this is way too thick around the edge. What we want is the head has to be thicker than the shaft. You guys are horrible. I know. That one's for Bob the Odd. We want to drill this around here. And I'm using a sanding bit. And we want to just kind of gently go back and forth, because like I said, we want the head to catch when it goes in. And this is a pretty weak sanding bit, I'm finding out as I'm doing this, but that's okay. Sometimes it's just better to take your time. And I'm just going slowly back and forth, because we don't want to like get rid of all the plastic, you know. It's got to have something to hang on to. And so yeah, we'll just keep on until this thing is ready to go. Sometimes you got to go in at an angle like this, and it'll allow it to chip away at more stubborn plastic like this stuff. This stuff is like, I don't know what kind of plastic this is. But, yeah, sometimes you drop it. Like me, I'm the worst. I need one of those beard bibs. I don't know if you've ever seen those, like the bibs that people have, like so all the hair doesn't fall in the sink. So, yeah. I need one of those for all my parts. Yeah, so we're just going to keep on kind of going back and forth until this smooths out. Which it looks like we're getting there. Oh yeah. Keep this going. This is that part in the video where like I speed it up real fast and like the music gets a little louder so you're not stuck just like listening to a Dremel for like 5 minutes. You guys are gonna watch the tutorial and be like, oh, I remember he was talking about that part. And so what you want to do is Dremel up just a little closer to that head here, so where that lip part, you want to make sure that's got a sharper edge on it, a flatter edge, so it catches. Yeah. And boom. All right, we're ready to attach these. So, make sure I got the right ones set here. Like I said, don't lose track of which ones are here. You can usually look at the muscle, the way the muscle definition is in the legs. If you, for some reason, your hips got, you know, mixed up, and it's pretty obvious which ones go where. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat these up. I'm gonna swap these so I know which one's left and which one's right. I need to clean this one out a little more. And hopefully these will work right off the bat. Sometimes you gotta go back in and do a little more work. Try not to get discouraged with yourself. Learn from it. Remember that. If you are doing this and something goes wrong, stop, breathe, think, would Bill Maru be proud of me if I lost my cool right now? Like if I really lost my stuff, if I'm falling apart right now, would he be proud of me? No. No, I wouldn't. I'd be proud of you if you took a breath, hey, go eat a sandwich or something. Or if you're on keto like myself, go have a piece of cheese. Go pet a dog. Go talk to your wife, your girlfriend. Dream about a girlfriend that maybe one day you'll have. I don't care. Play a video game. Take a break. Walk away from it. Because, man, I've got to the point where I do that now finally. It took me... I'm 36 years old, guys. You know? It wasn't worth the stress. That's my little note. What would Bill Maru do? What would Maru do? Take a break. Reassess the situation or work on something else. Alright. I'm gonna heat these up a little more. Hang on. Thank you guys again. I always have to kind of keep thanking you guys. You guys are so awesome for giving me view time, giving me all of the shout outs, the shares. You guys are awesome. And I'll tell you what I never will say is, you know, don't forget to hit that little bell, like and subscribe. Like, doesn't everybody know how to do that by now? I think everybody knows how to do that. All right, so we've heated these up now, and let's test to see if they're gonna fit the way we want them to fit. Okay, so here we are with, this is how far this is going down right now. That's obviously not what we want. So what we're gonna have to do is drill down further on this one and then make another, basically a pit. Not a problem. These things happen. Now let's see what the good one that we had, the one that worked correctly earlier. Let's see how that, look at that. See? But also you notice just a little bit of a gappage there. We got a little gappy. And that can be fixed as well. This fits way better though. And this happens as well. A lot of times you can put the screw further in. Let's see if we can go tighter with this. A lot of times you could test it beforehand. And generally with these, you can put the screw up tighter. It's not a big deal. Yeah, and see, now we got still a little bit of gappage here. It's not really actually that big of a problem, but we don't want any gappage. You know what I mean? So what we can do, one of two things here. we can drill down further into the leg, which we're going to try that first. And if that doesn't fit or make it work, then we can coat this with super glue, and that will allow it to basically thicken up the edge around here, the peg itself, and then it won't come out and have that weird gap. So what do? We're going to take our burr, because it's already got a good size on it. And this, I know this can be very frustrating. This is, you know, I remember I've ran into this problem a lot. And this one, let's just say this isn't going as perfect as we would like it to, but it's not a problem. It can be fixed. And that's what I want you guys to take from this, is that even if you are stuck in a spot like this, you can still fix it. So let's go deeper here. We got plenty of room in this thigh. We got plenty of length. We're going to go down with our burr. Alright, so we've got ourselves a hole now. I'm going to up my speed. A little further. Try to kick out some of this excess plastic. And then we're going to wiggle this guy around basically at an angle to create a bigger cavity down below. And sometimes this will actually heat it up for you so you can put the thing back in. Yep. There we go. And you'll have a little bit of gappage here. Sometimes that'll happen. Oh, there it goes. That kind of comes with the territory on thigh cuts. Sometimes you'll see like a little bit of space in between. I think anybody that's done a thigh cut knows that happens, because when it goes to the side, the muscle indentions and everything like that, sometimes it just won't work the way you're hoping it'll work. But we made another hole now down below, and now we've got our thigh cut. Won't pull apart. And this was our bad one. That was the bad one. That was the bad leg. And now it's a good leg. So now what we're going to do is take this, drill in a little further, that. A little loud. And like I said, you're just kind of going in at an angle and then just wiggling that thing around in there. Let's see here. And a lot of times, like I said, it heats up the plastic while you're in there, so it'll pop in. And there we go. This one's more ideal. This one doesn't have any of the gappage like this guy does here, but it's only like a half gap, and it still is going to look beautiful. Actually, it's really good. This is really good. This is actually tighter than... Yeah, this is nice. They both work really well. And so to finish it off, you take your figure and you line this up. Pop it in. And that's literally it. Once again, take it, pop it in. There you go. And then you have thigh cuts on your DC Icons figure. Now you can sit down, you can do kicks, you can do squats. Boom. Hope you guys learned something. Take care. Keep repairing. That was my little ending there. That's what my buddy Clayton said the other day. He's like, oh, you got your catchphrase. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you said, like, take care and keep repairing. So I was like, I didn't even know I said that at the end. So, yay. All right, let's get back to you guys. So, hey, we've done it. This is it. We literally, you guys watched me do an entire thigh cut method there. with some issues, the issues that you're going to run into, and that's totally fine, man. This turned out really, really good, actually. This turned out really good. Yep. Love it. Cool. I don't have to give away mine. It's funny too. Mine has the exact same. I actually cut this one a little higher. It looks like. What's funny too is like I almost had like a little mini heart attack. Like look how off these look. But it's because of the leg, like the legs in there can go up and down, so you can like really get messed up. I was like, oh my god, it's super off, but it actually works really well. Yeah, he's good, man. Good to go. Good to go home to his owner. And which brings us back to Mr. Ledger. R.I.P. So let's set old Dick Grayson aside here. And let's get back to fixing this. Basically, all we did, if for those of you that missed the beginning there, is we added a screw here to the Neca Heath Ledger. These are the weirdest. This is the weirdest articulation, I swear. Man, you know what? I wonder if this guy's knee is glued. I'm so afraid to. I don't want to bend this. I'm not going to do that. If it was my figure, I might test it, and I'm bad about doing that with NECA figures. Sometimes I'll do it. La Cosa Perez, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to heat up this leg. I'm going to try to get this thing to bend again. We'll take our... Get this dang thing out of my way now. That was one tutorial. I'm done with that one. Alright. A little movement here. Yep. Okay. I don't think this guy said that his leg was super glued, but it might be. Man, that feels weird. This doesn't feel right. That feels like that's just bending the... This doesn't feel like it's working right. Let's see what we got going on here. Something's wrong with the leg. See, this is what happens. Like, so I charge somebody, let's say I charge them 17. Well, now I'm ending up fixing the knee. I didn't quote him on the knee, so here we go. It's one of those things where I'm like, generally I'll just say, hey, also I fixed the knee for you, and they're like, thanks. Like, just don't want your... That's the last thing I would ever want, is for like a figure to come back and like they just noticed that the knee's messed up. It's like, hey, couldn't help but notice that the knee isn't bending. I'm like, well, it wasn't bending when it got here, and then I look like a crook, and I don't want that. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. I don't know. It feels like what's happening is the golly, this thing is gummy. It feels like that the plastic is stuck inside here, around the yeah. Golly, this is messed up. These are the moments, guys. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to... Where's my hammer? Oh yeah, I found my hammer, guys. Maybe that'll break up some of that gunk in there. And remember, last time, what did we talk about? See that big old nasty thing? Oh no, I've ruined the figure, man. Nah, I didn't ruin it. So what we got to do now is, since this is the softer plastic, we're going to add a little heat to it. Just take our... It really works better with a heat gun because you can actually see it. I literally just watched that disappear. I should have shown that to you guys. That'd been cool. It also works with heat marks. I don't know if you've ever noticed stress marks or whatever, but yeah, see, now we're all good again. Feels like we're... No, I'm not a crook. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like that leg is just a mess. It bends and it holds its pose, but it just feels gummy. But it feels better than it did. Okay, so what we got to do now is we got to heat this up, which doesn't feel like the... Good Lord, Neca, I swear. Like always, I'm always like so disappointed in Neca. It's like their sculpts are so good. What is it with their movie lines, man? You guys ever get that, has anybody ever messed with the... This is what broke it, I bet, man. This thing cannot... I can't even bend this leg. So now, we gotta fix the hip. What was I gonna say? Not important. Oh yeah, the movie lines. The Neca movie, Christopher Reeve's Superman. What a disaster. He looks so good. He looks so good, but keep him in the box. And I would even say... Some people might be like, oh, I'll just take him out of the box and pose him as is. My buddy Clayton got one of those. Couldn't even take it out of the box, and the thing fell apart in his hands. In the parking lot. I couldn't believe it. We literally drove to my house and I fixed it for him that night. I was like, I cannot believe that just happened. Look at this. Look at this. Can you... Dude, this is like... This thing is so sticky. I don't know why it's sticky. That's kind of weird. I'll try to zoom in here. We got something going on. Yeah, something's... Oh, it's got a tear in there. A little tear in the hip. We don't want that. Which luckily that can be fixed too. So what we're going to have to do here, something's weird, man. Like the plastic isn't acting like it should. It feels like it's got something on it. And it started tearing just now. So the hip feels funny. Everything feels like weird on this. I don't know if it's just their movie figures or what, but man, these things are something different. And since now we got a tear in there, we got to be careful with this thing. So I'm going to go in from this other side. I feel like I can't get in here. It's like the plastic is fused together, which happens a lot with Neca products. Oh, dude, look at this. Oh, come on. Look at all of this. What in the world? No wonder this wasn't moving. I mean, that is not correct at all. What? I mean, man, what a mess. That... Wow, guys. You saw it here, right? So... God. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put... I can't wait till I can put up like a donation thing on here so you guys can throw me like pity money. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. What we're gonna have to do is, golly, take like a drill bit, sander, and sand all this nasty out. It's like sticky paint. Jace Figs, this is the Neca Heath Ledger Joker, and all I was supposed to be doing is fixing the hip peg here, which you can see that there's a screw in now. And if you know you're familiar with Neca, they attach like this. But I noticed that the knee was acting kind of funny. That was a little gummy, which it's still, I've cleaned it up a good amount. But then I noticed that the hip wasn't spinning the way it should, and I just took it out and look, I mean, this is why. You know, and they always talk, you know, and I've seen this before. I've seen Randy say, well, you know, make sure you, which this is crazy that a toy company has the disclaimer. It's like, well, make sure you either heat it up or put it in warm water, or before you pose them. Warm water wasn't going to fix this. You guys saw how tough this was to get out. And now what we have to do is somehow cut this gooey stuck glue plastic, man, paint plastic. God, it's so gross. This is like sticky. This is really gross. But yeah, so what we have to do now is go in and well, you guys who joined in today are in for a fun one, huh? Golly. Maybe some acetone, but I'm afraid like it would fuse this stuff to it. This is so sticky. I'm afraid it would like react in a funny way. I guess this is paint. I guess. Nah, the best way to get rid of this right here is to wow, look at this. So this is just a minute ago. Remember whenever I was dremeling in. Look at that. Like it heated up and like stuck and melted to my sanding bit. Wow. Man, this is a real mess. Stuff's on there too. Good night. This is so much paint. We'll do this around the edge so it gets rid of it and keeps the shape of the peg. Wow. Man. I hear you, Jays. This is crazy, dude. This one is a mess, though. God, these, like I said, these movie figures are insane. Yeah, what's crazy is like the only issue. So the main thing I collect from Neca is my turtles, man. I love my turtles. That's my favorite. That's just my favorite. I love everything turtles besides the Michael Bay movies, and that's what I collect from them. Even though they're the hardest damn things to find, I still go out and, you know, I still try to find them. I've actually got really lucky, found the last two, but I haven't had one break on me. I've had every single flesh tone wrist, like all the plastic, the paint cracks off of that real quick, like the foot soldiers and Shredder. But yeah, the only time I ever had an issue with them was the New York, I think it was New York Comic Con set, and it was the big, I think it was New York, maybe it was SDCC, the big box set that came with the cartoon turtles. The first time I think they did cartoon turtles, and then Shredder, Krang, 2 foot soldiers. It was awesome. And what happened was all the eyes were wonky, and I wouldn't be surprised if NECA blocked me on Twitter. I wasn't talking bad about him, but I was like, guys, my eyes are all crazy, and I was a little sarcastic about it. I ended up getting extra heads, and all the eyes were still messed up on them. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I actually ended up, yeah, no issues with the movie turtles, which I know people go crazy over those, but man, I'm an '84 baby, so cartoon is that's my turtles, cartoon and comics, and then the video games, and then for me the movie is bottom. I love it, it's great, but the movie's bottom. Like a lot of people like that were, they just that's their favorite stuff about turtles, but man, for me, it was the cartoons, comics, and video games. They're all kind of even, really. Why do you think Neca ratchet joints strip even after heating them up? Man, I don't know. I guess it depends on the plastic that's being used for them, generally. Like hard plastic, sometimes they'll stick with rubbery plastic, sometimes, it's all over the place. Also, you notice, like right here, there's a little, whenever we had to open this up to get it out, the plastic tore a little bit, right here. So what we can do is you can heat it up. Get it soft. Take your super glue and I'll generally bend it out a little bit. Put it on the kind of the back side here. Kind of lace the back side, and then you can push it shut. Hopefully that's showing up for you guys. Sorry. And then we should end up with a pretty nice little clean area right there. You can see on the back where the super glue's at right here. So, and that won't, once it cools down, that'll never have a problem again. Man, I don't want to get this stuff under my nails, but I guess I'm gonna have to. I've got a few hundred and easy a few years, and only one has ever broke on me. That's awesome, action figure expert, because man, I can tell you that I have repaired a few hundred. It feels like I wouldn't be surprised if I've repaired 100 NECA figures. It's insane. It just happens. I mean, every company's gonna have broken figures. It's just gonna happen. The ankles on my movie Leo are pretty loose. I have to position him in a specific way, otherwise he'll fall. I'm gonna show you in a later tutorial on how to use super glue to tighten joints. A lot of people always ask me about floor polish, and I don't do that. I've heard good things about it, but I was like, super glue holds and stays that way. Cristino Fuentes, who are my favorite Transformers? My favorite Transformer is Ratchet. He's my favorite. I've got a ton of Ratchet figures. Dude, if I could show you, I'll have to do one, like I said, soon I'll do a mobile room tour. But yeah, Ratchet's my favorite. I even have, like, right here in front of me, I've got and this is just a dinky little pack, but I love this, minus this. There we go. Now it's good. I've got Ratchet from Transformers Prime, signed by Jeffrey Combs. Check this out. This is super cool. I've got a really cool shirt that says Ratchet's Repair. Yeah, check this out. This says, Billy, I needed that on there, and Jeffrey Combs, super freaking cool. Really, really nice guy. Enjoyed the heck out of meeting him. My favorite Decepticon is Shockwave. I've got a few Shockwave figures. I like Soundwave as well, but Shockwave is my favorite Decepticon. Yeah, floor polish tends to weaken a little bit, but yeah, Jays, I'm telling you, man, the super glue trick is awesome. It's just one of those things where you have to, once you do it right once, generally you're good. You know if you mess it up because you didn't take your time or you added too much. Nah, man, super glue trick has worked for me for years. I've got figures over here on the shelves that I've had maybe even a decade that the super glue trick has worked with and it stays solid. Because that's the deal, is since it's a chemical and the way it reacts is it hardens and stays that way, and man, it tends to keep its shape. I mean, maybe Maybe if you had that figure every single day and were constantly with it every single day. I'd have to ask this mom that I did a repair for. She sent me a Silver Surfer, and I tightened every single joint on it. This thing was a floppy mess, and I sent it back to her. I wonder, I need to message her and be like, hey, how's that Silver Surfer holding up? Because that went to a kid. That went to a kid who loved his Silver Surfer. So hopefully that's still holding up. But every one of my figures that I've used the super glue trick on has worked. I only use Loctite super glue as well. They're the only brand I trust. So they're accessible, they're affordable, and they're found at Walmart, so that's really nice. And what's funny is a lot of times they're found in the checkout area too. So I'm like, oh yeah, I need a super glue, so it's right there. But a lot of times they have like the bigger bottles. I don't trust the bigger bottles. I just like the regular little 0.18 ounce. This is the only one I trust. That's me personally. I definitely don't only use that. If you want to try something different, then please try something different. I will not fault you for that. I have to do that to my Outback Steakhouse Hulk. The Outback Steakhouse Hulk. It makes me think of like he had like a couple Michelob Light Ultras too many at a Outback Steakhouse and started a fight. Okay, so we're gonna heat this leg up and we're gonna pop this thing back in since we've got it all cleaned up. I don't know what the heck was up with Jace Figs. Do you have the Avengers game? Does anybody here have the Avengers game? Preferably on PlayStation. Sound off in the comments. So funny to see people buying figures of those guys that don't have the game. I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's some cool designs. Okay, now we got it back in. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's try the peg. It's moving better, but golly. I think once it dries, it'll be better. Once it heats up, it gets real sticky. We'll let this cool down a little bit. Crash and Spyro, right on. I don't know, Christo. I have no idea. I have no idea when he's going back in. Well, that was my question. Is like with that Hulk, it's like this is the Gamerverse Hulk, and I guess it's an outfit in the game, but he's not like that in the video game at all. Like, he's not even in the game like that, I guess, unless it's like a special outfit that you can unlock or buy. It's weird. Chris Herndon, my man, right on. You guys, this guy right here, Christopher Herndon in the group, is, I can't even explain how cool this guy is. He heard my name mentioned on the Unparalleled Universe. So thank you again, Wade, for just mentioning me. This was right whenever I was going to go onto his stream, and I posted the saddest like slow violin. I missed out on the Armorer figure from Hasbro, Pulse. I was so sad. I wanted that figure so bad, and I missed it. And I posted this deal where I was like, I missed the figure. If anybody has an extra one, I was like, nobody's gonna have an extra one. It's one of those things where somebody buys. If they bought an extra one, they're gonna sell it for $100, $80, whatever. Christopher Herndon hits me up, and I think hopefully I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, please correct me. But Christopher Herndon he messages me. He's like, "Hey man, I saw that you need that figure. I saw your name on Unparalleled Universe. I got an extra one. I'll sell it to you." And I'm like, "All right, how much you asking?" He's like, "Cost plus shipping." I'm like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me, dude?" I was like, "Do you need me to pay now?" He says, "No, when it comes in." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this guy is like an angel. It's insane." So, and he just shipped it. He shipped it. It's on its way. So Christopher Herndon is a freaking prince. Thank you, man. You are so cool. Sorry, I had to take time out for that. He deserved it. You definitely deserved that. That was, man, that was solid. I also missed out on Cad Bane if you got an extra one. I was really sad about missing out on Cad Bane. I think he's really cool. I'm not a... So here's the thing is, like, I'm not a giant Star Wars guy. Like, I've always liked it. I liked it as a kid. I didn't like the prequels. I never really got into that stuff. But I love the aliens on there so much. And I've been getting into collecting all the Star Wars aliens and whatnot. And I've been on Rebels. I finally started Rebels. I've never seen all the Clone Wars, but I jumped onto Rebels. I know it's after, but whatever. I'm enjoying it. And I've just collected all the Rebel stuff. I love it. And so yeah, I'm trying to get all the figures that are in there as well. So that's really cool to... But yeah, but Mandalorian, I freaking love Mandalorian. And the armor, come on. It's like, she's like such a perfect character for what I do. Her and IG-11 are my favorites in that show. So it broke my heart when Figure Arts, those were like the exclusive, the web shop exclusives or whatever, and they're like over $100 each, and I can't get them. I'm like super sad about it, but what do? You know, you wait on people like Christopher Herndon who show up and totally hooks me up with just a at cost deal. Super cool. Super cool, man. Love it. We haven't got a good IG-11 either. Like, even the IG-88, that same body's junk. I even modded mine. I put a magnet in its head so he could swivel all around. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we're heating up the legs, the hips, after we finally got this thing cleaned up. And we're going to take this and we're going to pop this back in. See if this will pop back in. Alright, yeah. See, so we heated just the leg up because the leg is soft plastic. Now what we got to do is pop this leg in here. And hopefully that's it. I think I'm going to have to wait for this to... God, these legs are so gummy and gross. Seems to be staying in. I'm going to let this cool down. I don't like this leg, man. It feels like the plastic's like not finished. Like when you take brownies out a little too early, it's like it's one thing to have a gooey brownie. It's another thing to have like just like batter. And that's what this feels like. It's weird. Oreo Omega, am I getting Joe Fixit? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm getting... And if there's a repaint, I'm getting that too. Man, that is my Hulk. That is my Hulk. It's Joe Fixit. Just from the name alone. And he's a dapper dresser, and I like that. I like wearing vests and ties, and I'm a fan of that. Austin trying to hit up Christopher Herndon. That's funny. I actually have a. I found one of those. What's his name? What am I looking for here? Is a G.I. Joe figure. So I've been collecting them. Jesus. I've got an extra somewhere in here. Oh well, I need to focus on repairs anyway. I got one of those red Cobra Troopers, and I'm not sure why I got it. I hate army building. I guess just to have one of each, but I never found one of the blue Cobra Trooper. Hopefully they'll do a I'm hoping Hasbro will do one of those things where they do the army builder figures for $15 or whatever. But we'll see. But yeah, I got so I've got half of Joe Fixit right now. I've got the arms and the head. I got that cap, and then I got the, this is really cool. I think this is super fun. This is actually the color of the company I work for, so I think I'm going to bring him to work and might put our logo on his chest or something like that. He didn't come with any, like, I don't think this figure came with any effects in the box. Like, can anybody, attest to that? Like, Jay's, the Red Ninja, I think that's who I got. The one that looks really cool on the bike. Let me find it. It should be in here somewhere. Okay, Transformers. See, this is how bad things have gotten now. I'm just like got stuff lying around and I can't find anything. This is why I want to take you guys on a tour, but I can't take that camera off or it'll disconnect the feed. Yeah, I've got a I think I've got that red Ninja somewhere over here. Like I said, that's how crazy things have gotten over here. I just kind of lose stuff. But yeah, it's still one. Yeah, the red Ninja. Guess that's him. I can't believe I've lost the box. How do you lose a box like that size? Anyways, back to more repairs. Getting too comfortable with you guys. Just having me wandering around here, watching me wander around my room. Red Hulk is on fire. Such a great one. Yeah, I never got the Red Hulk Target exclusive, but I'm not a big Red Hulk fan. Oh, no kidding, Austin? That's crazy. I forgot, man. I forgot you're local. That's awesome. Like I said, we'll have to meet up for lunch sometime. That'd be cool. After all this COVID nonsense is done. You guys remember that back in April when we're like, yeah, as soon as COVID's done, like it was going to be done in a month. Slow the spread. Oh, this is from Ernie. From Toy Migos. Yeah. He said his Professor X arm broke. Crazy. Check this out. First time I've seen one of these. I don't fix a lot of legends, especially the male legends. I don't fix a lot of these. Dang, this sucks. Oh, I want to do a fun photo with this. What should I do? What should I do with this? I've got an Odious figure. I've got a Billy Mahoney figure. Should do a picture. Oh yeah, you always have them in a wheelchair as well. Yeah, I skipped on those music turtles, man. I'm sorry. If you like them, that's really, really cool. I thought those were... those would have been a waste of money for me. And I'm a huge Turtles fan, but... like I said, there's only a few things I don't like about Turtles, and those are one of them. Whoa, wait. Oreo Mega, you said drive the way to Denton? Are you... you local? You in Texas? I think Oreo Mega might be local. Yeah, they did look pretty creepy. Yeah, I passed on. I mean, some people were really happy with them. I almost bought Donnie from a dude. I felt really bad. I was like, yeah, I want him, and I paid him and everything. And then I noticed it didn't come with the... excuse me. It didn't come with the vest. And I was like, never mind. I want my money back. I was like, I shouldn't have done this anyways. And he's like, oh, no worries. Really cool guy. Oh, right on, dude. Oreo Mega. I'm actually in Wise County, so I'm about 50 minutes from you. We'll have to meet up sometime. That's awesome that you're on here. Right on. Cool. I like that. I like meeting up with people like that. What is back here? Oh my god. Besides Jason Momoa, who would have been your pick to play Aquaman? Anybody besides Jason Momoa? God. What were they thinking? Jason Momoa, like I said, seems like a cool guy, but they missed the mark, man. They should have had him as freaking Lobo. He would have been so freaking cool. I appreciate the fact that they brought the Polynesian aspect to Aquaman. I think that's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little upset about him not having blonde hair, just because I read comics, so the Curse of Kordax was like the big deal. He was blonde. That was a big no-no for Atlanteans. Was like a blonde Atlantean was unheard of, and it was a sign of the Curse of Kordax. And I was like, that is so cool. That made him even more alienated. And anyways, that's not apparently lore, which I like that. Not to mention, I grew up, I'm a blonde dude, and I thought it was cool. I know, like, we don't have enough white blonde superheroes. I get it. I don't have blue eyes. I'm not there. You know, I'm not a Nazi poster child. But I don't know, man. It sucks that it's like I love that Chris Hemsworth is Thor, but he would have been such a good Aquaman. It's ridiculous. It's crazy to me. I don't know who I would have picked. I honestly don't have a pick. I just wish they would have got somebody who's more kingly, more royal, more less bro, way less bro, man. And I know there's a crowd. There's a crowd for everybody, you know. There's definitely a crowd for everybody, but I don't know. The Snyder stuff doesn't really wow me. I think Alex Ross said it best, and I ended my last stream with this. Alex Ross said, it's cool that Zack Snyder got to do what he wanted to do, but this is definitely not my ideal Justice League. So, yeah. I think the blonde in his hair was just like, he was just like surfer, sun streak kind of guy. Which is kind of weird, like being off the coast of Maine and whatnot. I was like, okay. A lot of things were interesting, but I don't know. Just kind of wasn't for me. I even tried to watch the movie, and there was so much just going on that was wrong. I was like, how is it that Patrick Wilson is more Aquaman than Aquaman? Patrick Wilson did a really good job. And I liked, I forget the actor's name. He was Jango Fett playing Aquaman's dad. That was super cool. Nicole Kidman was really fun as Atlanta. And, but, I don't know. Crazy. Yeah, they made Orm blonde. I was like, why is Ocean Master blonde? I was like, I just couldn't. And then they made, I don't know, they made too many things too many stupid, so. Yeah, it's rough, right? Like, it wasn't the worst of the DC movies, but you watch Wonder Woman and it's so much fun, and I loved Shazam. I thought Shazam was so dang fun and enjoyable. And Shazam felt like around the Ghostbusters era to me. I'm not saying it's on par with Ghostbusters, but it was so much fun to like the enemies were scary enough to where kids might be like, ooh, that's kind of scary. Like those demons were super fun. Hey, Christino, right on, man. I got a lot of Texas people in here. Cool. Oh, God. I've said everything I possibly can say. And what's funny is like you come to terms with it. And I think the worst excuse is like, well, you just got to accept it for what it is. You know, you just got to accept it for what it is. I'm like, I don't. I don't have to accept it. But I'll just move on. You know, sometimes you got to move past it. Hopefully we'll get some cool stuff later on. I don't know. It'd be fun for them to like, acknowledge like the multiverse, which it feels like they're doing, and I'd like to see more stuff. And I love DC. DC is one of my favorites. Is it better than Marvel? I don't know. Probably not. It's probably not better than Marvel. It's probably not worse than Marvel. It is what it is. It's DC. If you like one more than the other one, that's fine too. You know. But I don't think one's better than the other. I like them both. Every comic and company has their ups and their downs. So, well, that's the funny Oreo Mega. That's the funny thing about Shazam is like he tends to do that. He's a child, even when he's a grown up. He's a child. But imagine being, even as your age now, being able to say a word and have like superpowers. You would probably go a little berserk. You'd be like, this is crazy. You'd act a little more excitable and kind of, I don't know. I really enjoyed that one though. Shazam was super fun for me. Let's see what we got. Jason Momoa, man, reminds me of the Batman. See, but even then, that Aquaman had moments. Even in Brave and the Bold, even as silly as he was, he had serious moments. And I don't know. Momoa's Aquaman is what it is. C'est la vie. Just finally get like that live action Aquaman, and that's the one they decided to go with. I was like, ugh. Every time. But that's the story of my life, guys. One of these days. One of these days, we'll see what happens. Also, the other day I put me some metal claws in my old man Logan here. Thought these were pretty cool. Nice little. These puppies are sharp too. I actually got some custom ones made for my Laura or X23 as well. Yeah, Jay's Fix, you're right. They definitely went for sex appeal on him, and hey, he works. It's really funny though. Somebody showed up a photo of him like in 2001 and to now. He used to look like a dang boy band. Like it was crazy. I was like, what is this? He bulked up though. That dude put out some muscle. He seems like the coolest freaking guy on the planet, man. Like you would just, I don't know. You'd probably have a good time like hanging out with him. What? Is there an Aquaman sequel at the end of the movie Black Manta? Have some piranha, but of I don't know what's happening. Do you think a comic Civil War themed wave for Marvel Legends would be cool? Absolutely. That was one of the coolest. That was a great run, man. I love the Captain America run. I would love a new. I'd really want a good Winter Soldier figure, but I also want butterfly joints on all my figures, which is probably going to be my next mod. I'm going to try to figure out how to add butterfly joints to figures that don't have butterfly joints. I think they deserve them. I'm starting, it's actually a secret project, but since it's, screw it, it's not really secret anymore. I'm going to do it to the, I'm going to start with the video game Captain America. Just because I like that outfit and I just got that figure and I think he'd be so much better with butterfly joints. So I took apart an old Taskmaster and I'm working on that. I'm also working on, these are just for me really. I can't really catch up to the stuff that I want to do for myself, but I'm working on this as well. Trying to do which I'm sure this will happen eventually, but I'm working on a classic Beta Ray. I think he deserves a. I don't know, this one. This is one I customized as well. I used the old legs from the old Beta Ray bill, popped them on there, and then got him this. This is a cape here, wired cape with the metal pieces, which. I don't know. Works for right now, but I just feel like Beta Ray kind of got disrespected. I don't like that uninspired outfit. It's just like black with, I don't know. It reminds me of Bucky Cap. I never liked Bucky Cap. I like Bucky a lot. I like Winter Soldier, but I never liked Bucky Cap. Just wasn't a big fan of that. I don't know. I don't think Captain America should have a gun either. That's just my opinion. They should add butterfly joints with all figures. Kai Cooper, you are correct. Correct. Oh, Jace Figs. Nah, man. Those, for the metal claws, dude, it's crazy. Like, check this out. So, all you do is you just take the claw, wiggle it, and it'll pop out. They've made it even easier to pop them out now. Used to have to heat them up. Now you can pop them out. Dude, Shang-Chi is a dope figure, man. He is super cool. Yeah, I agree. That figure is awesome. Really, really like that figure. Old Man Hawkeye is awesome, too. I wish people would leave that head alone. I wish they would just leave it as Old Man Hawkeye. God, people are just slapping that head on everything. I posted a meme not too long ago. It was like that, what's his name? The dude that does flex tape. And it was like any Mezco figure, and it was him slapping that Old Man Hawkeye head on it to fix it. I'm like, stop doing that. How do you feel about soft goods on 112 figures? Seems like you're a fan. You know, it's funny. Back in the day, I was 100% against it. I thought it was, they were dolls. That's the way I saw it. I was like, man, they're dolls. But I like soft good coats. That's kind of where I like soft good coats. Those are always cool. I've got this as the Mezco, you know, me or whatever. I think this is cool. Yeah, I think they're fine. I think the problem you run into though is like the full body suits. As far as repair go, as far as my world goes, the repairs, that's where you run into problems. Um, it's just like somebody was wanting me to fix a Spider-Man, a black suit Spider-Man, because it broke, and it's I have to take all the stitching out to get that thing out, and it's like, what do you do? It's broke, and you have to take all that cloth. So I guess it really depends on the figure. I was kind of disappointed with my Gambit, my Mezco Gambit. Super nice looking figure, great accessories, cool coat, cool heads, and then they give him this piece on his chest that won't allow him. It's Gambit, man. You want him to be like move, It's Remy. You want him to be able to move, Get his shoulders out there, mon cher. I want him to be able to move, and that just drives me nuts that they did that to him. So I don't know. 209. You said you used Shang-Chi to make a quick kick. All right. That seems. Yeah, that's definitely seems like kind of a no-brainer, huh? Although I bet you're gonna get an official one later on. Bet. People gotta have their quick kick, man. My favorite G.I. Joe is Topside. I love Topside. This is for those of you who are not familiar. This is Topside. I believe he came out in the 90s. But this is my favorite G.I. Joe. I love Topside. I missed out on the they had the Hasbro, was it the JoeCon exclusive, and I missed out on him. Sucks. 209 is that your name on Instagram? Just so I make sure I check it out right. Just to make sure. What if McFarlane made Slipknot figures? I mean, yeah, why not? At this point, that seems like something that actually seems more like a NECA thing to me. I mean, they're making like Weird Al and stuff like that. It's so strange. I imagine they'll make a Vanilla Ice at some point to go with the Turtles. But we'll see. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on some of the chat here. Dude, with a Build-A-Figure Goliath as big as the old giant man. Oh, yes. I love Bill Foster. Hated what they did to him, man. That stupid clone Thor or whatever. Ugh. That giant grave, man. That was so sad. I love Bill Foster. I still have my Bill Foster figure. I'm a huge. I love Hank Pym a lot. Besides, I think I've mentioned this before. I don't like it whenever he's beating on Janet. I hated that. But yeah, really like the Pym particle aspect. I think that is one of the coolest things ever. The shrinking and growing. I always love those when like the they did, it was like in the old or it wasn't old, but it was one of the, I guess it was semi newer Scott Lang comics where he had to go inside I want to say he went inside Cassie's bloodstream, and he made a Battletoads reference, which was awesome. But I love those adventures where like the guy has to shrink down and go inside of like the human body. It always made me think of like the Magic School Bus, and like Mrs. Frizzles or whatever, she's gonna shrink the school bus, and you get to see like the bloodstream, the blood cells, and then there's like some kind of virus that they got. I love that stuff. So Hank Pym and Ant-Man, and I love the shrinking, and then of course the growing. All of that's cool to me. I just think it's really fun. Makes me think of back playing Mario 3 and like the big world and small world and stuff like that. I thought that was always super cool. All right. So we're gonna fix this. What do we got? Professor X. Using the screw trick. Yeah, Gumbo. Tell Cyclops I made him a convertible. I love that, man. I love that old X-Men cartoon, man. I'll never forget whenever I was watching that old cartoon when I was a kid, and the Nightcrawler episode came on, and I lost it. I said Nightcrawler, and I was like, I remember, I imagined like a piece of like a bit of milk fell out of my mouth from my cereal, and then this, I was like, what? And then sure enough, it opens up with Nightcrawler. I was like, took off running, grabbed a VHS. Could have been like my parents' wedding, anything. It didn't matter. Threw it in and just hit record, and I was like, please let it be, monumental. It always breaks my heart that that he wasn't part of that like era. I mean, I had a gosh, this thing is really messed up. That's why I grew up reading Excalibur comics, so that's where Nightcrawler comes into play for me. Man, this thing is golly, look at this. This thing is fused inside. That is what we call not salvageable. Take a picture of this so I can show it. This is like I said, this is for Ernie from the Toy Migos. If you guys are not following Toy Migos, you're living life incorrectly. It's some of the best dudes on the planet. Love those guys so much. God, look at it. I have to show you guys this. Check this out. Look at that. Wow. That was locked in there. This could have been fixed. This actually could have been avoided had he have heated it up, but he would have had to heat it up and pry this thing out. I don't know if you guys can see in here. Let's see if I can show you. Let's get some lights. I guess I'm not going to hit the right angle. Oh well. Worth a shot. Yeah, this is like you can see the glue and whatnot inside of this thing where it was trying to just hang on. It's crazy. Mangled. Alright, well, we're going to have to, obviously, man, I'm going to have to buy some new screws. Once again, that's why I'll be monetizing, guys. I feel kind of like, and I was talking about how bad I felt about doing that. I was like, I went on this long tangent about how, I'm like, I can't charge you guys for stuff like that and whatnot, and then my wife's like, you're not charging anybody. They're literally just watching your videos. All they have to do is watch ads. They'll be fine with it. I'm like, oh, I guess you're right. Some guy even said that on my YouTube wall. He's like, how are you charging people for this? I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm not. Any fans of the Wolverine and the X-Men show in here? Heck yes. That, dude, that sucked when that ended and they teased Apocalypse. I was like, are you freaking kidding? I love that show. That team was awesome. I love that they had Emma and they had Nightcrawler, and oh god, it was good. Yeah, I loved Wolverine and the X-Men. That was one of the coolest X-Men shows, man. Real shame that one, they need to bring that back. I wish Disney would bring that back like yesterday. That is one of the coolest shows. Christina, did you just say you grew up watching Wolverine and the X-Men show in elementary school? My god, I'm old. That's crazy. Alright guys, trying to find the right screw here. Let's see what we got. These are just popping in. I don't want them to pop in. I need them to get a little bigger. I'm trying to find the right size here. This is crazy. Oh, right on. I got you. Man, these are... Just gotta find the right dang size. This is crazy. This Professor X has really crazy like pegs in his arm here. There we go. This will work. All right. So the usual. Gotta drill a hole in Professor X's arm. You know, just a normal day. Normal Toychanic day. I love that I have 2 of these Dremels now, man. This is like a dream come true for me. And all I had to do was just go through one traumatic event with my other Dremel. Actually, I'm going to try to get a friend of mine to fix that as well. Yep. This is not in all the way. Make sure your drill bits are screwed in all the way. Jeez. Alright. Man, these suited bodies have... Crazy how little of the disc is actually exposed due to the jacket. Alright. Now we're going to take our screw, and we're going to take our what do we do whenever we're cutting the screw? Plastic bag. There we go. Tell you, that's the best way to do it. And we got lucky today and I won't have to sand the edge of this thing off. It's a pretty clean cut. X-Men Evolution was to me what the 90s show was a lot. Evolution, huh? Man, you know, I tried Evolution a few times and it was alright. God, they were just so... The characters were so young. I know that's the point, but it was kind of weird. But you know, when I was a kid, I watched Muppet Babies. And I love that show. And then a pup named Scooby-Doo. So, like, you know, those younger versions. So I get it. I've got all of those. I've got all the Nightcrawler figures, actually on card and out of card. Always loved his, like, that. His design was awesome. It was weird that his, like, hands were yellow. Like, it was weird. That was always weird to me. His design was all right in that show. It's kind of funny. I was talking to Hugo Dorado the other day. And, he was kind of like, he's like, it's kind of sad that like Dave Cockrum kind of like peaked. He made Nightcrawler peak with that original design. Like, what a brilliant design for that original outfit. It is insane how fantastic. And that's why I loved and I'm not usually for the leader types, but I loved Nightcrawler as a leader because he was kind of he was a natural, reluctant leader, and of Excalibur. God, I love that comic. But that outfit, it kind of what we were getting at was that outfit always kind of I don't know, it was just so so different from all the other X-Men. You know, you'd like have the blue and the yellow, and I know he even had a blue and yellow outfit at one point. They tried to put him in like the you know, the standard X-Men outfit, but man, you can never beat that freaking awesome, old school outfit. Do I remember the Street Sharks? Oh yeah, I remember Street Sharks. I had a few of those. I love that Hammerhead, dude. But when it comes down to like, what did he? What does Wade call them? The knockoff Ninja Turtles or whatever. Check this out. Boom. Now we're talking. Talking about them Mighty Ducks, y'all. Mighty Ducks. I've got like all of them in here. You got your Nosedive. Dude. Wild Wing. I got a couple of Wild Wings in here. My favorite was always Nosedive. This guy was dope, man. Grin. Yeah. Duke L'Orange. Got the little motorcycles in here. And what I'm wanting to do actually is I'm wanting to make these articulate. that's a little passion project of mine that hopefully I'll actually get to do one day. And my wife got me Mallory, of course, so, you know, gotta have the female representation. Although they never made Tanya, so that sucks, but I'm sure a 3D printer up there. And then my other idea is get these babies going. You know what I'm talking about. Vinny. I'm not sure where my moto's at. And I got some Bucky O'Hare figures as well. I don't know if any of you guys got the Boss Fight Studios Bucky O'Hare figures, but they are sick, man. You guys were fans of Bucky O'Hare. Those are pretty obscure. So let's take our super glue. Let's put it on here. We're gonna fix ourselves a Professor X. Very large screw for usually, like, but this peg was the size of this. Let's see if I can get it in focus here. Yeah, compared to crazy, pretty large peg. Oh man, Darkwing Duck. Yeah, that'd be cool. They even had, what was that old show? What was it? Man, like, I want to call them Range Rovers or something. There was like a dog. It was like a dog show. You know what I want, man? Is freaking SWAT Cats. SWAT Cats arguably has like the best opening theme song, like compared to X-Men. So good, like so good. I love that you guys are going at, like, just having a chat. This is cool. Man, I've got another figure here I need to be fixing as well for somebody. This is a special one. I've had it a little, way longer than I wanted to. I think this is, it's from the, I think the Clone Wars or something. And this guy's name is, this is Little Man. So Little Man belongs to a kid, and his grandma gave him this figure, and the dog got a hold of it. You can see I've kind of worked through some of the bite marks here. I've been trying to fill them, and then I need to repaint over them. He was all chewed up and beaten up, and so I bought a replacement figure, but I didn't want to replace all the parts. You know, we got to keep some of the integrity of the old figure involved. So it was very, very sad. The dog got a hold of Little Man here, and that's what happened. I'm gonna pop these arms on. And I think for my next stream, what I might do is instead of repairing, I might take you guys on a little tour of the room here. It wouldn't be a very long tour. It's not like I live in a freaking mansion or anything, but we can go through the shelves and whatnot, and I'll rearrange the room a little bit so we can kind of get in here and maneuver around a bit. What day or what times work for you guys? You know, like, that's kind of my question. Is I'm really bad about you know, scheduling and all that stuff. Like, I never know what's gonna be the best time for you guys. So, you know, let me know either in the comments or you know, whatnot. Man, this thing is so loose. So now we've replaced the arms here on little man. And I think what I can do without cracking him open is you take your super glue, and I don't like doing this a lot, like this is kind of the, whenever you can't really take a figure apart to fix the how loose a figure is, what I want to do is put a little dab of super glue that runs down the side here, which I just did, and then we want to move the leg like this. And this is what I was talking about, using the super glue trick, and I'll do a tutorial over this. You can actually start seeing it, how it's, you just want to make sure it gets nice and even throughout this. And it's kind of crappy, I can't really get in the, well, I guess I can get in the back here. You kind of want to get a spot that's all over. You want to go down. It's kind of finicky kind of doing this, because you kind of want to get an even amount, but for doing something like this for the super glue trick, it's hard because it's still attached. So you got to make sure it gets in there. So you got to pour the super glue in to where it goes down the side, but you don't want to like cake it up to where, you know, it gets all over the place on the outside. Generally you can't tell in here, especially this is white, so you won't be able to tell. But Kai Cooper, I use super glue as I'm doing right now. I use Loctite super glue. You said roof reviver? It's interesting. Yeah, little man. This is little man. I think it's really cool that that's his name. And I kind of want to do a little extra, something special. These are like some of the parts. Like I've got a new helmet, which I'm going to send his way, and then a new head, which I'll send his way as well. But the old arms, I don't know, it'd be cool if I could like put them in carbonite, or I don't know, something like that, and have like a little nameplate or something like that. I don't know what I want to, I don't know what I would do there. I'm trying to figure out. I asked her if I could do something and she was totally cool with it, so I'm gonna let that super glue fall down into that joint. Oh, sorry, I'm not in the focus here. But yeah, I mean, I've got a brand new figure here, you know, and that you could totally get this for whatever cost. And you know, he didn't want that because Grandma gave him to this, and you know, Grandma's not with us anymore. And these are the jobs that are, you know, I saw it, the arms were destroyed and stuff like this, and for the time and whatever, I don't make really anything off of anything like this. I don't make a job like this off of anything. So isn't it gonna stick with the glue? No, see, that's the thing, dude. So I use this is the glue I use. I use the Loctite super glue, and what you do is you have to keep moving it. That's why I'm still moving this. I've only put it right here in the hip, but you have to continually move while the super glue dries. And eventually, you notice earlier, like, so this is what the leg was like before. It's just nothing. You'll notice that we're starting to get a little tension there. That's because the super glue is slowly drying. And so you keep moving it back and forward, so as that glue dries, it won't bond, but it will dry and thicken and harden, so it makes that joint tighter. And that's how you do the super glue trick. I'll be doing a tutorial over this as well. And I think after I get this fixed, I'm gonna do, I think I'll do a Nightwing. The Nightwing, what was I talking about? A boot cut that the guy wanted, and then I think might call it a day. I did not mean to go this long. Thank you guys for staying here. This has been cool, hanging out with you guys and doing that. Yeah, exactly. So Kai, you're gonna sit there and you just gotta keep it going, man, because this stuff can be deceiving. Um, it can dry on you, and then it can lock your joint, and then you're in a worse, position than you were. So, yeah, what we're doing is we're just making sure that I just want this guy to be able to stand, and I want him to come back semi-new, but I don't want him to look like this, brand new. We don't want that. We still want all the wear and tear. Basically, we swapped out some arms, and I'm covering up a lot of the bite marks, which looks really cool. I'm going to talk to her about that and see what she thinks, if she wants to keep these or if she wants me to repaint. But I think he looks awesome, like with the marks on him. And I covered him up pretty good, so yeah, like right here, these are where the dog bit into him. And then on the back, some of his backpack was tore up, so I kind of went in and heated it up and glued this in, so it's a one piece now. But I don't know, these jobs right here. I've got another job like this that these take a long time for me, like the sentimental ones, because they're just things that you can't rebuy, so I take a way longer than I'd like to time on them. But this one here that I've been working on for a client and for months, honestly. This is Adventure Carl. This is what it is. His name is Adventure Carl. I've repainted the entire head, almost, except for the eyes. But this thing was in shambles. I mean, you can still see some of it's still. This doesn't have a screw in it right now, so it's apart. But like right here, I haven't put the screws back in. I've had to resculpt part of the arm. I've had to repaint the head. I've had to rebuild joints that are inside of here. I've rebuilt the some of the pegs and whatnot. So, and there's like some kind of glue stuff on here, and I don't know. There's all sorts of fun stuff. But he's coming together, and I've got a really cool surprise for them as well, which I will not be revealing here. But yeah, I've been trying to do everything I can on this thing to get him back in order. This figure apparently has accompanied them to a volcano, to other countries, to all sorts of fun things, and I just find that super cool that they sent that to me. And I hate that I'll keep it for so long just because I want to make sure everything's right, but most people are pretty happy with the result, you know? I wish I knew where that figure was from. If anybody knows, and it's some kind of knockoff figure, and she knows this. She's like, I know there's no value, but for them, it's invaluable, you know? If anybody knows where this figure is from, DM me, message me on Instagram or on here, let me know. Because all I have is on the back here, it says made in China and copyright Toy Century. Like, what is this? You know, if anybody can tell me what this is, it'd be awesome. Hey Billy, unrelated question. What sculpt did you use for that Thunderstrike hair? That would be Procreate. We actually, funny enough, we talked about this at the beginning. Looks like this. Procreate putty. This stuff is amazing, man. You can get it on Amazon for really cheap. Yeah, I usually have 2 of them on me. Might look like this now, actually. So yeah, Procreate putty. And it comes in a 2-part compound. And as you can see here, it tells you the your percentages. So how much resin, how much hardener you put on it. And it's super cool. You can make it like flexible. You can make it really rock hard. It's really, really good stuff. $14 on Amazon. Thank you, Kai Cooper. Like, that's nothing for sculpt, and it's good sculpt too. I really recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And this leg does not want to. I'm gonna have to. I don't want you guys to sit here and watch me tighten a joint. This is gonna take forever. So we're gonna move on to something fun. I'll get to this. I'll probably do this at lunch tomorrow. Just sit there and tighten it and tighten it. I gotta get ready to bring all this stuff back to work too. Okay, let's finish up Professor X. Heat this arm up and pop it on, and then we'll do a Nightwing mod from the McFarlane line. I'm gonna mod this guy. We're gonna give him boot articulation, as the guy called it. Heat this up. And now we're gonna pop it on. I feel like this is... That's right. Okay, cool. Feels like this could go in further. Does that look... Does it look even to you guys? Feels like it's not fitting as tight as it should. I don't like that at all. That's weird. It feels like it needs to like shorten the peg. Give me a second here. That's really weird. Cut a little bit of this peg off. It was weird. It like didn't seem like it was fitting flush, which is really weird. So I'm going to cut some of the peg off. Make this fit up in there a little tighter. It's really weird. That thing was like all the way to the end. Okay, cool. So we'll put this back in and we'll super glue that and we'll get to the Nightwing mod. I'm going to shoot a tutorial while I'm doing this with you guys again. Look out. There we go. Take our paper towel, wipe off excess. Alright, let's let that glue dry. Let's work on another mod. And then we'll be we'll cut it we'll cut the feed after that. Have you ever accidentally frozen a joint doing the super glue method? If you have, is there a way to unfreeze the joint? Oh boy, yes I have, and sometimes no. It's generally generally you have to go in either with a razor blade and separate the super glue from whatever it's attached to, or break it and reattach. That's why you have to be so careful. Oreo Mega, you know what's funny? I do have an old, there should be an old tutorial on how to do, on some sculpting. I'm not a professional sculptor by any means. I'm pretty good at like hair, not long hair, like filling in hair. I can do beards pretty well. I've done some pretty, I'll show you a few of the old things that I've done if I can get over here to it. Let me move this out of the way. I did an old Liu Kang figure whenever Mortal Kombat 9 came out. And so I did this. Just to show you guys what I used to do. I took a, I'm not, if you're familiar with the DC character Starman. So what I did was I took his head, Starman's head, and sculpted all this hair on it, and then a band on it. I think I added hair from another figure on here because I definitely didn't sculpt this. I just sculpted the top of the hair, and then this is a Fei Long. No, this is a Ken. It might be Fei Long. I think it's Fei Long body. Yeah, Fei Long. So I sculpted this here, like the wraps that were on there, and then painted his little dragons on the side here. Sculpted part of this, and then I sculpted this, the dragon actually. MC T-Dog, there's no way I can save him. I've been trying, man. No. So yeah, but I sculpted this using, and then I sculpted these little bracers. This was a pain in the butt to do. But yeah, he's got removable hands and all that stuff. But so yeah, this was fun. This was an old one I did, but I thought that was pretty good. Like sculpted this by hand, like on a I put it on a card, like a basically a badge, like a badge card or a credit card looking thing. If you get blank versions of those, you can use them to like make swords or all sorts of crazy stuff. Those are really fun. But I sculpted it on that, and since it's this kind of a slick plastic, I was able to like let it dry and then scrape it up and then get it on there. But Sanshoryu, this looks like you? That's dope. Kai Cooper, I have a sculpting tutorial. You could actually find it, but it's with Avis Sculpt, which is basically the same thing as Procreate, but you get longer work time with that. Procreate, you don't have as much time to work with, but yeah. So yeah, let's get to this this mod here. So let me so I gotta set my camera back up for this one because I'm gonna shoot a tutorial on this. Appreciate you guys just hanging out, man. This is crazy. Like, I never thought anybody would give a like care about this stuff. I just thought most people just want to know, hey, can you fix it? Fix it. And to see people actually, you know, taking my advice and fixing their stuff is really, really cool. I love seeing you guys fixing it successfully. Okay, let's get ourselves a razor blade. Alright, about to put on my tutorial voice, guys, so here we go. Back over here. Here we go. Hey Toychanic fans, what's going on? Today I'm going to show you how to add a boot cut to a McFarlane Nightwing figure. Basically, somebody asked, how do you do this? And I was going to show them. Basically, we're going to cut straight across here, and we're going to add a screw. We're going to try to not drop Nightwing. And we're gonna add a swivel here. So let's see just how deep this ball goes, because this is gonna basically be the determining factor into what we do. Well, that sounded jumpy, didn't it? So, man, Kai, that is so cool, dude. Hey, Sanshoryu, I'll be playing Ghost today again. So what we've been doing is me and my buddy Clayton have been trying to beat the story mode. We only have, I think we've only got 2 chapters left. We're going to do the last 2. Do you know if you can play with 2 assassins on the same, like the same team? because I went ahead and I got level 8 last night and I unlocked the samurai as well. So here we go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to heat up these legs, these feet, and we're going to try to, there we go, pop the booties out. So these this seems really unnecessary. Oh man. I mean, I just don't know if this is possible. Like, it seems like you would just do the exact same thing, like cut it right here. This doesn't seem like a feasible idea. I don't know if this is like, this makes sense to do a boot cut. It seems like you would actually have to cut through and break the sculpt, maybe. What do you guys think? Like, looking at this figure, like, look how tall this peg is. Like, it goes all the way here, and it seems like you would either cut here, but then at that point, is there any point? Because the boot already moves like this. I don't know if there's any I don't know. I think you would have to do it here. And I don't think I want to break the sculpt up on this thing. I kind of like this figure. I guess, well, I mean, maybe breaking the sculpt right in half here, splitting this, may not be so bad. But I feel like that's where you're going to have to go. Like, you'd have to cut it here. And these are not straight lines at all. Like, even this bottom one isn't straight. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a... I don't think I'm going to do this. This doesn't seem... Yeah, I feel bad. I told that guy I'd do it, but it doesn't need it. Because literally the boot... I mean, the boot swivel is here. It's literally already here. I guess if you wanted, like, extra ankle movement and to twist this, because you can't really... I feel like this ball allows for all movement, though. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to do this one. The other one made sense. This doesn't really make sense to me. We already got... I already did, actually, thigh swivels on him. Which are great. These make sense. But, somebody did mention to me, though, like, what... Should I shorten him? Yeah, I don't think this is worth the blue... That's what I thought, like, cut between the blue lacing, but it's like, do I... Yeah, the thigh cuts don't do anything on here. They don't make sense. Yeah, the thigh cuts are not enough. I mean, without me doing this, it's like they move there and there. That's literally the extent of their thigh cut. Here to here. Now we can get you some nice Nightwing poses in. Somebody mentioned shortening him, but I don't think that's feasible. Like, somebody... I've got the Psylocke coming, and I've heard that her legs are just too long. But looking at this figure, like, just kind of looking at... I don't know if you can... you know, the 7-inch scale is there. I don't know how you're supposed to shorten a figure without shortening every other aspect of him. Because these arms don't seem like they're that long, I guess. So his arms go down to like his thighs, which humans, yeah, mine go down to like right here. And my knees are right there, so yeah, right? These are in... I guess you could cut out some right here. Maybe something right there, but then you're running into that issue. That seems like a mess. Because you can't cut here because there's sculpt. It goes all the way down. I don't know, man. The shortening idea is weird. I'm looking forward to doing that on Psylocke for sure. Because that, like I said, we'll see what happens. I know, that's kind of weird. It's such an odd request, but I also got I haven't done this one yet, but this is a really nice figure, man. This katana is great. I think she's fantastic. But she could use some thigh cuts as well, because this, they don't even move. Like, that's it. Another one I might do for you guys live is oh, what's his name? What's the Doomsday Batman name? What's he called again? I want to say Demolisher. I don't think that's right. Oh, never went katana. But I've got him in a I already got him in pieces over here. Like, look at this. He is a bunch of chonk. So I'm gonna see what happens with that one. But I will put up the Nightwing tutorial I did on the icons. That one was fun. I like Devastator. Thank you. That's it. I guess I didn't finish Metal or read all that. I read the first Metal, where like all the heroes got the Nth armors and stuff. It was super cool. Like, Aquaman looked amazing with his Nth armor. Oh, so cool. Kai Cooper said, Billy, I want to ask you, most of the Black Series don't have any extra hands. Didn't try to remove them yet. Are they removable like Marvel Legends and others? No. You have to heat those up, I believe. There we go. Okay. We got Professor X all set now. Black Series. So, hang on. I've got... Kylo Ren. I might have already modded. Here, we'll take just the standard, like, Luke Skywalker. So here's a Luke Skywalker from Black Series. And you'll see you can't take that hand out. It's just not going to come out. And if you try to pry it out, you could possibly rip it. What you're going to have to do is you'll have to heat it up. You definitely have to either soak his arms or heat his hands up like this. And then let's see what they look like. And there you go, just tiny little pegs. But yeah, you're gonna have to heat those up, man. And don't try to pry those out, because you'll end up just jacking up your plastic. So either soak them in some hot water or use a hair dryer on him. If you got a heat gun, use a heat gun. Just use it on a low temp, and that'll get them. I have to go back to working on this Buzz Lightyear. This thing is wild, but I'm gonna need more room. So I think after I take my computer back to work, I'll have more room on my desk, and I'll get to working on him probably tomorrow after work. Boy, what a large piece of plastic this is. Ugh. So much involved in this thing. Sheesh. This is crazy. I don't know how this thing... Oh, I guess it goes in like this. Yeah. Yeah, this dude sent me a tutorial on how to take this thing apart and how to swap the heads, which I appreciate, because I don't know where I would begin with this. I just would rather... Oh, I see. There's a lot going on in here. Oh, geez. Okay. Cool. This thing is insane. So maybe drilling a bit to fit other hands. Yeah, absolutely. You want to drill. You're definitely going to have to drill the drill the bits out. Huh. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting kind of sidetracked here, guys. Alright, well, you know what? I think I'm going to call this stream good. I appreciate you guys showing up today and all your questions and whatnot. And, you know, feel free, you know, after these streams are over, if you're ever running through these videos, I try to answer questions, you know, that are asked on the video, like in the comment section and all that stuff. So feel free to comment there. I guess like they said, all interaction is good on YouTube. So if you got any complaints, concerns, wants, needs, let me know. I try to accommodate you as much as I can. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for all of your support. Whenever I'm doing all these streams and stuff, I really just appreciate you guys so much. And I might do one of those. I might be one of those guys that does a little giveaway later on. If I hit, I guess what? If I hit one of the subscriber numbers or whatever, I think I'm trying to hit. I'd really like it if I hit like I'm trying to hit the 4,000 view or Jesus, the 4,000 view hours. That's what you have to start monetizing your stuff. So trying to get there, and maybe after I get there, I'll do a fun little giveaway. I've got a pretty good idea for a pretty awesome thing that I think you guys would really like. So yeah, like I said, appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up today. And looks like we got this Luke Skywalker already set up too. Boom. Now he's got removable hands. Just took a little drill bit, put it in there. Alright, I gotta get out of here before I keep modding and repairing. Alright, you guys take care. Thanks again. We'll see y'all soon. And